13 and 40.
Yeah. Let me know when it's live. It's live. Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Sorry for the delay. Welcome to Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. I'm Priest S.O.W. We are located at 8524 South Braesville Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., and Saturday morning Sabbath class from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We also have kids class on Sunday from 11 to 12, which we are going to hold off on from about now till September. So there's going to be no kids class. If you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school that's 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. If you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we have a school at 501 Copper Ave, Northwest Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. For live classes, you can check us out at Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. That is the channel that you're on now. For past classes, you can check out Kazakia at Kazakia ISB HPK, and we're going to be transferring our old classes to this live stream. We also have our cable show on Saturdays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, and that's on Comcast Local Channel 17, or we stream that live at hmstv.org. Okay, if you need to reach a priest, you can contact Priest Kazaki at 281-707-2737, or Priest Ahawam at 832-941-2443. You can text me right now, text only, at 303-557-8979. You can also email us at hiddentruth12@gmail.com. That's hiddentruth12@gmail.com. Also, the sisters, they make garments monthly. Okay, so if you need a garment, you can contact the sisters at Israel Wear on Facebook. It's Israel Wear on Facebook. They do the garments monthly, so you can submit your order. If you want a Passover garment, they'll get that done for you. We are collecting the money. We're starting now. We're collecting that monthly. So if you get with them, they'll give you the total amount of how much the garment will be. We collect it monthly, so that way we're not trying to play catch up when Passover comes. Everything will be ready. We're not going to be procrastinating, anything like that. Okay? Donations. Oh, let's see here. They changed something. Let's see here. Oh, we're doing something called Penny Wars. Okay? So the details on that, we'll if you're here at the school, we'll share that with you. But we're doing that to raise money for the Passover. So it's like a little war we got between brothers and sisters who can raise the most money with pennies. We're also collecting $60 for Brothers Unity Pants. And that's the sisters' next deadline. So that's the deadline is on the 28th of this month. So they're collecting $60 for Brothers Unity Pants, okay? Donations, any form of contribution will be welcomed, okay? Anything you can give, we'll be glad to accept that from you. Cars, clothes, cash, anything that's gonna further the educational process of your people. Pens, yeah, apocryphers, Bibles, dictionaries, the older, the better, okay? If you want to give any monetary donations, we do have a Wells Fargo account under Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge, and that number is 101-580-6167. Sisters will be having a garage sale to raise money for the Passover. That's going to be this Saturday, July 22nd at 9 a.m. Okay, so if you want to donate anything to the cause, if you want to come out and help, we appreciate it. More friendly Passover address. And the address for the Passover, let's see, money for the, oh, okay. Oh, did you guys change the location?
Con is going to be a new one this Saturday.
Okay. Okay, I see it.
Is that Miles?
7315.
No, we have an address here for the garage sale. It's 7824 Fair Acre Street.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that's 77072 Houston, Texas. Okay, so if you want to come out and support, that's Saturday 9 a.m. this Saturday at 9 a.m. 78224 Fair Acre Street, 77072. Okay? Now we're just talking about and things like that. So we're just, we're going through scriptures on baldness and shaving and rounding the corners of your beard and edge ups. Okay? So right now we're talking about baldness, like shaving your head completely bald. So right now, what scripture are we at?
Leviticus chapter 13 and verse 40.
Go ahead, read that.
And the man whose hair was fallen off his head.
So check this out. It says the man whose hair has fallen off his head. So I use myself as an example. My hair I can't, if it grows out, you'll see that my hair is falling out. Right here in the middle, got the cul-de-sac. That's what I call it. It's a cul-de-sac. That's how it grows. All right, the cars only go one way and they park there. They got to turn around and go the other way. It's like a cul-de-sac, right? The hair is falling off my head. Go ahead.
He is bald.
He is what?
He is bald.
Okay, so stop there. So if the scriptures say your hair falls off your head, you're bald. How can you make baldness on baldness if you're already bald? Can you? But this is the thing. The scriptures say you're already bald when your hair falls off here. Let's read it again.
Leviticus chapter 13, verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
And the man whose hair is falling off his head, he is bald.
You see that? His hair falls off. Think about it. What do they call it? Male pattern baldness. But it tells you your hair fell out. What's going on with you? Your hair fell. My hair is falling out. That's the statement. My hair is falling out. Is it really falling out? It just ain't growing. But we say, man, my hair fell out. When I was young, oh man, I had to listen. It was out there. Braids down the hair. It was like glowing. Used to sprinkle dust. No, I didn't do that.
Gold dust.
Sprinkle gold dust in the fro. I didn't do that, but I wish. I wish I could do that now. Now I just gotta grease it up real nice and it gets shiny. That's my sparkly. But it says, a man whose hair has fallen off his head, he is bald. So the question is this: how do you make baldness on baldness? The Most High already said you're bald. You can't be double bald. See, he's given us, you know what he's given us? Because you have people that'll say, well, yeah, how come, well, don't shave the sides, just let it grow out. I'm already bald. I just want it to be even. That's all I did was even my sides up. Can you tell? Because if I would have came in here before I cut it down a little bit, you would see where it's growing, and then just right here is a huge patch of land. So I just evened it up. Took my T-liner, my Andes, and just even. I didn't even have to touch right here. Nothing grows. I didn't even have to touch this. I just did the sides, and it was like, damn, even. So because I'm already bald, we're already bald. Go ahead.
Yet is he clean.
Yet is he clean. Read verse 41.
Verse 41. And he that hath his hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face,
right?
He
So
is
tell you
forward.
all this, the part of your head towards your face, all this. Right. This is gone. Go ahead.
He is forehead bald.
Go ahead.
Yet is he clean.
Right. See, when the Most High said don't make baldness on your head, he's talking to the cats that can grow hair. Like Abu Yar. He got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fro. Yes, Lakarab. Even David got the fro popping. He got that mini fro. So he's talking to these cats that can grow it, that purposely, like, who did that? I remember Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey used to have a great head of hair. And what do? Next thing you know, 1 minute he got a great head of hair, next thing you know, it's gone. They said it was fake though. I don't know. They said his hairline was like lasered in there, and then he wore like a wig. I don't know. That it looked great though. He always had a great hairline. Like he always had a great head of hair on him. Right. But if you can grow it and you purposely shave it, that's what it's talking about. Think about it. It said making baldness. You should not make any baldness on your head. But if you're already bald, you can't make it any more bald. All you're doing now is just evening it out.
But that's why he's saying forehead bald, man. Just your forehead gonna be bald.
But listen, verse 40 and verse 41 is giving you two different instances. That's why it says, verse 41 starts out with the word and. It's adding to it. So we got to make sure that when we're reading things, we got to make sure that we look at the words that are being used, because even the punctuations tell you something. Well, that's going into leprosy. The white reddish sore, it is a leprosy. So he's going into leprosy. So that wouldn't pertain to the actual topic of just baldness. You see, he's saying if a man's hair falls off and you start seeing that reddish sore, then he's leprous. His hair was covering that, but now you see it because there's no hair covering it. So that wouldn't pertain to what we're talking about now. That just goes into more in depth of like the leprosy and different things that were hitting the people. You see that? What's that? Samuel?
Something else I want to speak on. If they through with that subject.
No, y'all get that though? I mean,
yeah, I got it.
Jeremiah, what's up? You got any? I mean, what's up? Talk to me. How you feeling, baby?
I mean, that's why he make a difference between bald head and forehead bald. You either bald all over, or you just bald right here.
You know, this. I've never seen a man when his hair does appear. His whole, everything on him is white. Beard, chest, arms on his, hairs on his arms are white. So we have to really, you don't have to see it, it's just white speckles. But his hair is not even completely gone around the sides, it still grows. I've never seen a man that was completely bald. As far as can't grow a patch of hair on his head. Right. Unless he has like alopecia, where that's something you're born with. Have you seen that? I mean,
yeah, I know about the alopecia.
No, I'm saying, have you seen a man that couldn't even grow the sides? That where when he was young he grew hair and then all of a sudden nothing grew? Because that's why they call it male pattern baldness. It starts in a pattern. It hits you here, it hits you here.
Everybody say bald head, because someone great about. All right, perfect example.
What is considered a man's head?
Oh, his beard.
No. When a man covers his head. When it says your head is covered, what is it talking about?
You got a head on.
It's talking about the crown of your head, right? Because you see brothers, they'll be out there teaching, and they'll have on a head covering, and this is cut out, right? Is their head covered?
Nope.
Okay, so thank you. So that's what it's talking about. When you're bald here, that's considered your head, bro. So when this is gone, you're already bald. This is your head.
Right.
We gotta look at it. We gotta look at all the instances, because I can rock a hat. The scriptures say a man shouldn't preach or prophesy with his head covered, or right. But if I got a hat and the crown is cut out, I'm now free to preach, right? Because the crown is considered the head, the crown of your head. So that's why it's talking about. It's not talking. This is your head. Jeremiah about this when he's considered. But it is. My head is. If we're talking, right? Right. We'll rock. Even you'll see him wear the. As long as this isn't covered, you're good. All this. Not talking about all that.
That's why part of your heart right there in the middle. That's why it swirls. That's a swirl right there.
Oh, everybody has a little swirl? Yeah.
They got that swirl right there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, like if I grow my hair, you got that swirl shop and the barber cut your hair. Get that part there.
You gotta,
it's a different way.
You know.
It's a different way.
You gotta cut it.
Different way. He got to do his clippers.
So it's exposed, but that's what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Back here. I can't grow nothing back here. I'm here every day hoping. Trying to use all types of oils. Nah, this is my choice. Brother, I can buy what I want. There's times when I just let it grow. In the connection. Gotta get them phones off. Sade, what's up, sis?
So for the men that go and get hair surgery or things like that, is that not prohibited?
We were talking about this last night. Are you saying is it against the scriptures to go get like hair implants?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I mean, that's up to that man. If you want to go get hair implants, it's coming from your own head. They're gonna take it from your own head. But it's like I said earlier, when you in the line of work that we're in, you ain't got time to go sit and go see no Bosleys. You just shave it down and take it for what it is. You let the most you deal with what you deal with. You grow it, you shave it. Well, we ain't got time to go do Bosleys. But I mean, I'm not gonna say that you wicked as hell if you go get. If you got the finances and the time, be my guess. If it's about your looks, but we gotta remember that when a man is not supposed to be commended for his beauty, because all you really, what is a man doing that for? He's trying to relive his glory days. That's why I would do it, to relive my glory days. Like, damn, I remember when I had a fro and it was just beautiful. That's it. It's a vain thing. You're trying to relive your glory days. So. What's up, Sam?
I was just gonna get to the question I was at before you got to explain them about them.
What's your question?
Now, what I was gonna explain, the two young men, lady, my neighbors, that came in. I just wanted you to kind of. Oh, anyway, let me tell you this first, right quick, before I get it, so you can get this one right here. She just told me if I grow my hair all the way out, it's gonna be a divorce.
Damn.
So get her. So get her.
What's she talking about? The top? She just don't want you walking around looking super crazy. That's it.
That's cold. But anyway.
That's how I would look if I let mine grow. It'd be like, and then brothers start climbing.
You look at boys like George Jefferson and Red Fox.
Oh man, that's wrong.
Yeah, but even my dad, listen. Even my dad though. But even my dad, listen. He was going ball at 17. My dad grew up in the 60s and 70s, where you had to have a fro.
James Evans.
You had to have a fro. My dad was holding on to a patch right here, and it barely grew, and then the back was just boom. I'm like, damn, bro, why you ain't cut that? Taking pictures and the bell bottoms and all that. I'm like, bro, that looked weird. Why didn't you cut that? He was like, nah, I didn't, because he didn't really care like that. He was just like, that's the style. Yeah, my dad was, he was a cool cat. Pants were a little bit too tight back then, but he was a cool dude. You know? And coming from Jamaica, he wanted to be in the style. He wanted to be in the whatever was going on here in America. So they grafted to whatever was going on. The bell-bottom pants, super tight. Right. The button-up open like they was in the disco era. I'm like, damn, bro. The fros, all that. They just wanted to be a part of they wanted to assimilate themselves into the country. So they took on whatever was going on. But what was your question?
Yeah, I was my two neighbors that I brought on tonight. I was kind of explaining to them about the tribes and what was the reasoning and where we come from and who we were. And I just kind of wanted you to kind of get them a little bit more intake on it. I explained it to them the best of my ability through the word, but I just kind of wanted you to kind of explain to them a little bit. If we got the time.
Well, the tribe, like you mean like a breakdown of the
tribe and why it took place.
Well, okay, so because we definitely have to go through that.
Right.
That's I
No,
wouldn't want to go through that and just be like, here's this scripture here. That's a 4-hour class.
Right.
To be honest,
Gotcha.
we gonna get it. We gotta get it for some bros in here too. So we gonna put that together. Well, we got it. It's just going through it. That's 4 hours. That's 4 hours, and there's a lot. It's a lot of info.
Right.
So we would definitely want to, when we're going through that, let brothers know that way everybody could be here.
Right.
That needs to be here, and then we go through it. It probably have to be like a 2-part, maybe 3-part.
I understood on how I explained it to them. I'm sure they did, but I just know y'all have a little bit more of a lot more knowledge of it. I'm still learning myself.
Right.
A whole lot, so.
I mean, as far as, while we're in the conditions that we're in now, I mean, did you guys talk about Deuteronomy? Yeah, because, we could go through Deuteronomy and show why we're in the conditions that we're in now.
Right.
And why the Bible applies to us, because that's what it really boils down to. What is the point of the Bible, and how does it apply to us? It applies to us because we didn't apply things that were given to us. We had the same conversation with a brother out there. He's like, I don't believe in God. I'm like, well, why? He's like, I firmly believe he doesn't exist. I'm like, why? Give me some instances. And his reasoning was off, but I still was showing him, well, the reason why you don't believe is because we've been so far gone from the Most High that, and you're getting so beat down by everybody else, it's hard to believe if you don't understand why. You see that? So real quick, I mean, we could just go through a couple of them. Go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Real fast.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Lock her out, get the next scripture. Read that real quick.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Right. So the reason why we go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1 is to show that this was when Moses was, given the laws, but he was also given the cursings and the blessings to the people. If they kept, if you keep the law, this is what would happen. You'd be blessed. If you didn't keep the law, the commandments, you'd be cursed. But see, what they teach in church is that it's for everybody. That everybody was there. No, read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1.
Go ahead.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto all who?
All Israel.
So the Chinese?
All Israel.
The Japanese?
All Israel.
No, the white man was there. He had to be.
All of Israel.
So he spoke these words unto all Israel. If you know the story of Exodus, Israel was captive to the Egyptians. Okay? Moses went to Pharaoh a few times, let my people go. We've all seen the story, right? We've all read it. Or if we haven't read it, we've seen it. They got Charleston Heston, right? Then all that. Let my people go. Pharaoh was like, hell nah. And the Most High sent 10 plagues. Your flies, your lice, the river of blood, and the locusts. And the most important and most damaging was the death of all the firstborn. Right? What'd you say?
I said serpents and frogs.
Oh no, it was the death of the firstborn.
Oh yeah.
That was the most.
Yeah.
But that death of the firstborn, that's when Pharaoh was like, yeah, they gotta get the hell up out of here. They gotta leave. So Moses was pulling his people away from Egypt. He was pulling Israel out of slavery. So it gets now, he's speaking to Israel about, I gave you all these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what's going to happen if you don't follow it. Moses, the whole world wasn't there with Moses. It was just one set of people, Israel. So it said, these be the words that Moses spake unto all Israel. Go from there, go to Deuteronomy. And y'all make sure y'all write this down so y'all can go back and get in there. I know we got a bunch of questions online, right?
We got a couple, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go through this. We'll probably just have questions. I want to go through this class. I've been holding this class for a long time. But it's all good. It's a history class that it's gonna come out. But so we got Deuteronomy 1 and 1 showing that Moses was speaking to Israel. They were the only ones there with him after they had came out of Egypt. Right? So now we skip to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. Because now Moses is gonna give a cause and effect. With everything, there's an effect. There's a cause and effect. We know that, right? You do something, something happens. You don't do something, something happens. That's the thing. Whether you do or don't, something gonna happen. So let's find out what Moses was saying. We know that Moses was speaking to Israel. And you know what's crazy? You know what kills me, man? When you go through, you got these people that say, well, what about everybody? What about everybody? And I'm like, what about everybody? Because all from Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy, all the Most High was saying, speak to the children of Israel. Speak to most of the chapters start out, speak unto the children of Israel. I thought, speak unto the children of Israel. Moses, tell the children of Israel. He never said, Moses, tell the world. Go tell the world. Go scream it from the rooftops. Go send emails to the world. He said, speak unto the children of Israel. That was always the theme. So we know that this book is written by us, for us. This was our instruction. Read that. Read Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass,
Go ahead. So,
if
uh-huh.
thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it's going to come to pass. It will happen. This will happen if, stipulation, if you listen diligently to the voice of the Most High. Go ahead.
To observe and to do, slack. To
Uh-huh.
hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So when you observe something, you recognize what?
You observe something?
When you observe something, when you observe,
Recognize what's going
What's
on.
going on?
you recognize it, it's legitimate,
Yes.
right? Think about it. They observe these holidays,
Watch.
right?
Yeah.
When you observe, we're going to observe a holiday and close all the banks. So we're going to give credence to this, whatever holiday they have out here. They use that word observe. We're going to observe this holiday. By doing what? Closing the banks, this. We let you know that this holiday is real. It means something to us. So the Most High said, we got to observe, right? We got to know that it's real. And then do. Stipulations. You got to observe it. Then you got to do it. Go ahead.
Commandments which I command thee this day,
Do the commandments. Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So, the Most High was telling us that if we observe to do all the commandments, he's going to set us on high above all nations on the earth. What's that, David?
And two things.
Uh-huh.
He say, the words say, observe the voice of the Most High.
Right.
But people today is observing the voice of the pastor over the Most High.
Right.
And then they not observing those commandments to be set on high. Man, that should be, I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Who wouldn't? Well,
Why-
you got a
why-
lot of
why
knuckleheads.
not telling folks that?
You got a lot of knuckleheads out here. Well, you know what it is? A lot of people don't understand the power
Yeah.
of the commandments. They think that it's like when the scriptures say don't eat swine, they're like, oh, it's just pork. But they don't understand how detrimental that is to a man's health.
Yes.
They don't understand how you destroy the ecosystem when you're eating the animals that are not meant to be eaten. They don't understand that it was never meant to be food. You see, their understanding is lacking. So, but go back. That's a good point. Go back. Read where you at again. He said he'll set us on high above all the nations of the earth, right?
God.
So we know that all the other nations were created. But he was speaking to Israel at the time. He was letting us know, if you do this,
Yeah.
you'll be up here.
Yeah.
Right?
And why would he say that if Christ died for everybody?
Why would he have to say
Why,
that?
why would he say? Why would he distinguish between the other nations?
Right. He wouldn't have to. He'd be like, y'all all welcome. Y'all all in there.
If God so loved the world,
Right.
Why would he even? He wouldn't have no.
He wouldn't have to. He wouldn't have to give stipulations. He said, look, all y'all do this and we good.
Yeah, that's-
Whoever don't want to do
that's
it, just
right,
die.
That's right. That's right.
But he said, listen, if you do it,
Yeah.
you'll be up here. Because why? What did the commandments do?
Keep
What?
us in order.
It kept us in order. What else? What did the law do? What was it meant to do?
It meant to give us life.
Life, it was meant. Well, I know where you're going. I'm gonna let you read it. But it was meant to keep us clean.
Yes.
Because we got to remember, we were coming out of captivity. So when you come out of jail, anybody that's been in jail for a long period of time, the first thing you want to do is do what?
Take a
Take a good, nice hot bath in your own tub with your own clothes. Because for years you've been in somebody else's drawers.
Man.
Right?
Walking somebody else. pussy
Yeah, in the shower, all that muck. You want to get that shower off you. So the Most High was showing us, this is how you get captivity off you. Shalom. This is how you get captivity off you. You follow these laws, and we're going to get you clean. What's up?
That's a good example of someone that was in jail for a long time.
Yeah.
Because they get accustomed to the jail life.
You get accustomed. That's why you got a lot of prisoners when they've been in jail so long. They're like they can't assimilate with the world. They're like, man, I gotta go back to jail because I'm used to 3 hots and a cot. I'm used to being able to be told when to shower, when to this, what clothes to wear. They're not used to doing things on their own. So the Most High was like, look, this is how you gonna get back in the swing of things.
Right.
This is how you gonna do things on your own and not have to wait for somebody to feed you, clothe you, and do all these different things, right? So he said, follow the laws, you'll be set on high. And then from verse 2, read verse 2.
Verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And all these blessings
And all these what?
And all these blessings
Go ahead.
shall come on thee and overtake thee.
So the Most High said if we follow the commandments, observe and do them, he'll set us on high. And all the blessings will come upon us. Where were you about to go? You're about to go to Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Because we're going to show you how the commandments, this was our wisdom.
I thought you pay your tithes to be blessed.
Not according to this. Not according to them churches.
I thought you cursed if you don't pay your tithes.
According to them
So
churches.
you cursed if you don't keep the commandments.
You curse if you don't keep the
They
commandments.
told me I was cursing if I didn't pay tithes. They said nothing about that.
That's why these churches are off.
They didn't mention nothing about the commandments.
Where you
That
at?
was in the old law.
Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy chapter 4.
So with us being cleaned up by the law, this was going to give us the wisdom that we needed to be able to be on top of everybody. You don't just get on top. You got to get on top and have a plan. The commandments were the plan on how to sustain and be up there, be the top of the food chain. Right? Read where you at.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold. Oh, can I get a con when y'all get it, please?
Y'all got it? Con means yes. We speak Hebrew. So Deuteronomy chapter 4 and what?
Verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. So hold where y'all are at in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 2. We're just going to go to a precept in Deuteronomy 4 and verse 5. Yeah. Con, when you hear them say con, that means yes. And right now, for those of you online, we got some new brothers and sisters in class. So we're just going over some of the curses in Deuteronomy, just showing them why our people are in the conditions that we're in, and just showing that the things that were prophesied in Deuteronomy, a lot of them have come to pass, and we're actually living in some of them right now. So I know a lot of y'all been through the curses, Deuteronomy 28. We're just doing it because we got new people in class, okay? So, and I'm going to get to y'all questions. Please just be patient. We started late, so I'll go over for y'all a little bit. Where you at?
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
He did what?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
So we know that from Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1, the Most High was speaking to Israel. So he said, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments. Think about it. I gave you the law, and I gave you what you're supposed to judge the people with in the law. Think about it. You run a red light, what's the judgment? You got to pay a ticket. You get a ticket, you got to pay whatever fine they give you. So the Most High said, look, here's the law. They break it. Here are the judgments. I taught you statutes and judgments. Go ahead.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them.
We're supposed to do what?
Keep therefore and do them.
Right. So we're supposed to keep the law with us and do it, because it was supposed to be what?
For this is your wisdom and your understanding.
It's your what?
Your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
See, we were supposed to be the example to the nations. So for those pastors that talk about the law is done away with, how the hell are you an example if you got nothing if you got nothing to hold yourself to? That was the problem. We were living under the Egyptian captivity so long, we fell into their filthiness. So the Most High was trying to show us, look, this is how you get on my level. This is how you get on God's status. You got to use these laws, statutes, and commandments to clean yourself up and now be an example to the other nations, to the world, on how to live, on how to have dominion. Right? Go ahead.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So they're what?
Surely this nation is a wise and understanding people.
So the commandment's supposed to make you what?
A wise and understanding people.
You see that? So why would the Most High do away with something that made us wise and understanding? Why would he do away with something that made us be able to judge accordingly, to judge with wisdom? Right? Why would he do that? So we know that What's that, sis?
I mean, that there was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've been taught, like, lean not on my own understanding.
Right.
And sometimes God give you understanding that man can't never touch or understand, you know? So, I mean, wow, that was like, wow, an eye-opener.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
You know, to add to that, you know, this is just my opinion, man. What I'm hearing right here, I'm 55 years old, man. This not coming from the church. The black pastor works in the Ku Klux Klan. I'm telling you, man, for real, man. I mean, I've been here since 1961. And, I mean, you know, this is ridiculous, man.
Sad.
When you look at the condition of the community, the black community, this is ridiculous. And this is in every major city you go in, man.
Well,
They're not telling nobody this here, man. This, you know.
Well, it's because we don't want to. It's because when we had the law, we're gonna go into it. We're gonna go into it, but it's because when we had the law of the Most High, we forsaked it. So from there, where you at? Deuteronomy 28:1. So y'all get that Deuteronomy 6 and 5, or 4 and 5 and 6, right? Y'all understand that the law was supposed to be our wisdom. The Most High said, if we kept the law, we would be above all nations, right? Go to from there. So from verse 2 in Deuteronomy 28, from 2 all the way to 15, read verse 2.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Another stipulation. If you hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, all these blessings shall overtake you, right? And pursue you. So from verse 3 down, and y'all can read it when y'all get home, but from verse 3 down to verse 14, he gives you all these blessings. Notice that there's only like a few blessings. Think about it. From verse 2, because this is the thing, it don't take much to be blessed.
Right.
It don't, when you do what you gotta do, it's like life is easy.
Wow.
He was like, look, life gonna be easy as hell. What's up, David?
I was looking at this verse up here, verse 2, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 2 and what?
No, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2.
Okay.
I was just looking at this right here.
Yeah.
This is almost like Revelation. You don't add to it. Look what this say right here. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye miss aught.
Right. You shouldn't
Don't
take
you-
away. Right.
And then say, from it that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you.
Yeah.
He said, don't add nothing, don't even dismiss it.
Right. That's been through. That's all through the book. That's in Proverbs.
I mean, man, look, that excites me.
It should.
And it's a shame that this is not being taught in these churches, man.
Where we at?
It's a shame, bro.
It is a shame. Where we at?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse
Jump
15.
to verse 15. So we know there's blessings and cursings. From 2 to 14 is all the blessings. So if you calculate that, that's like 10 blessings. But that's all we needed. The Most High was going to give us this easy life, right? This life of no burdens. All these blessings. Go ahead. Read verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Which we didn't do. Go ahead.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes,
Which we didn't do. Go ahead.
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses. So think about it. From verse 15 all the way to 68, that's curses. Y'all gotta see the Most High in playing. Because you know what the Most High was doing here? He said, y'all gotta make sure y'all gotta be quiet, man. Y'all gotta be quiet so everybody else can listen. If y'all got questions, raise your hand. I have no problem with that. But y'all gotta look at it. From 15 to 68, the Most High was letting you know you ain't gonna get away with breaking this law. I'm gonna get you every which way I can that you don't break this law. I'm gonna make it impossible for you to escape. What's that, David?
Because he said right there, when he said observe, to what I hear when he said observe,
Observe. Pay attention. When you observe something, you know it's real. I'm observing you. I'm actually paying attention. I'm giving you my full attention. Right. So he gave you more cursings and blessings because he was like, listen, you break these commandments, ain't no way you're going to escape. I will not be mocked. The Most High is not mocked. What a man reap, he shall also sow.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Sister Mary.
Yes, I got it all. Like even in them 10 plagues, it's all about the same thing. This book here, when I done Exodus, the same way y'all talking about like in Deuteronomy. Because when we did Exodus, what it says, what it means, and what it applied to. But all in 10 And all the verses he named, what it says, what it means, and what it applied to.
Right.
So it does, and this is where I got it from my great teacher, from where I go.
Right.
So I know where I go, they teach you that.
That's good. That's good. That's
why we do the Passover.
right.
You see this big old book here?
I see that. You be coming. Listen, you be coming with it.
I got a lot of
Sister Mary be coming with the info. Yeah.
Already got it. Damn
Right. No, and that's good because and this is the thing. We're not saying that every single church is the same and they all do the same thing. You do have pastors out there that are actually they do care about what they do and they're actually teaching the right things. So, Sister Mary, we know what you want. We know what you're doing.
And I wasn't talking about the ones that are doing it.
Yeah, it's the ones that are not doing
But
it.
I'm talking about the devils that are not even telling their congregation that
Right.
they're going to hell, and they need to.
Go to-
They gotta be ashamed of themselves. What our ancestors went through, them jokers ought to be ashamed of themselves, man.
Listen. Let's keep the order. Let's keep the order.
See this here book here?
I see that.
That's Leviticus.
Right. I see
I
that.
had to do some homework. Sometimes it took me 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Great teacher.
That's what it's about.
You got the book,
It's
man. You got it. You got it.
Leviticus. But it says what it means, what it applies to.
You got the word, man.
And this, the Leviticus is called Holy Living.
Right.
All of those Exodus is the most miracle book in the Old and the New Testament.
Perfect. That's why I love Sister Mary. She be coming with it.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John is to prove who Jesus was.
There it is. Let's jump back. Go where you at, Lacharab?
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Verse 15, right? So read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
We are.
Go ahead.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So the field represents the world. When you read in Matthew 13 and 38, it tells you the field is the world. So listen, isn't the black man not cursed
Yes, sir.
throughout the world?
Let me answer that. Yes, sir.
I know you want to answer that. But everywhere we go, doesn't matter what country you go to, the black man is known as a nigga. A spook, a spit. What's that?
I'm going to be quiet after this. I'm going to try to anyway.
Yeah, you got to make sure that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. 'Cause I want them to hear me on the internet. When you look at the black community and see major construction work going on, and you ain't got 5 of your people out there working, you know something wrong. And
Right.
your pastors ain't standing about, and your community ain't standing about, you know something wrong, man.
Yeah, well, they're not going to say anything about it because it is a curse. Sam, what's up? It is a curse. What's that?
I'm just sitting up here looking at this, and it's just amazing to me how, when I read this over and over and over, it takes me to another level.
It's supposed to.
I done read it, I read it, but when I go to see it again, I'm at another different level than I was the first time that I saw it. That's why I tell my real this all the time. Look, just because we read that, let's go hit it again. Because every time I read it, it gives me something even else more different.
Right. A different feeling, a different, you might know some other scriptures that you didn't know, now you know them and you read this, now you say, oh, that scripture goes with this. Because wisdom is always just going. Wisdom don't stop. We're not supposed to decrease in learning or stop learning. The scriptures should never get old to you, especially when you live in it.
Yeah.
This right here, this Deuteronomy, every time I read it, I'm like, damn. Because you know why? The world is showing me each and every time that it's real. Every time I go through this, I'm like, damn, that happened last week, that happened today, this happened, that happened. It's real. It just brings more validity to the Bible to show you that it's real. It's not a comic book.
No, it's not.
David.
The first time I went on the street a couple Saturdays ago with these brothers, man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
My eyes was open.
Oh, I know.
And
You see
I
some...
saw the spirit, the hated spirits in people.
Yes, sir.
I saw this here, man.
Yes, sir. He was
And
out
I had
there.
never seen before, man. People, you got broken, and you not in this world right here. You don't know. You run to the stuff. You don't even know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see how people really feel.
Yeah.
Right.
Really get this in and start doing what this gonna say. You can
Right.
see who is who.
Right. Where you at?
Verse 17.
Right. So it says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed shalt thou be in the field." It doesn't matter where you go as a black man, Hispanic. You're looked at the same way. Because America already put this label on you that you're this way. If you're black, you're negative. If you're a Mexican, you're lazy. You're dirty. You don't know how to take care of your kids. You're a drug head. Think about it. I got a lot of people. I know a lot of people that, white folks or whatever, they won't let their kids date black people. Because they think, oh, he's just going to get you pregnant and leave you. or get you hooked on drugs. Every black man don't do drugs.
No.
But it's been something that's been put on us to say, look, this is what they're into. Look at their music. Look at the way they deal with their women. Look, all they want is cars, clothes, and hoes. It's a curse when that label is put on you as negative. So we're cursing the world, cursed in the field. Go ahead. Verse 17.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Okay, so what stores we got as a nation? As black folks? Hispanics and Native Americans. Show me. Where's our Kroger? Where's our H-E-B? Where's our clothes? We don't forget about a clothing line. We don't even have a clothing manufacturer to make our clothing. Curse is thy basket. Where's our bank at? Where's the bank of the Hebrews?
I know that's right.
Where's the bank of Issachar? You got World Bank. You got Chase Bank.
Come on.
You got Wells Fargo Bank.
Oh.
Where the hell is the bank of the black man? So-called black man. Where's it at? We don't got one. Cursed shall be thy basket. That represents your money. We don't have a Federal Reserve. Cursed is going to be our store. We don't have businesses in abundance.
Oh, damn mercy.
You see that? We don't have these things. Where you at? Verse 17.
I want to say one thing on that too.
Go ahead.
I want to say, when it says also, it's showing that our economy is cursed. And like, when you look at it, a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And even if we go to school or we go to college and we try to get that degree, we can't get jobs in that field the majority of the times. So
think about it.
Our economy is cursed.
Think about it. You go to college and pay for it to get a job to get you out of debt, but you end up in debt looking for a job. Does that make sense? That just scrambled my brain. But that's the cycle. It's like I'm gonna go to school to get a job to pay for school that I just graduated out of because I got $100,000 in debt.
Right.
That don't make no sense. So they automatically set you up for failure. That's all. That's everybody that does college and doesn't have an economic system to get them out of it. But most black folk can't even go to college. You always hear the story like, man, he's gonna be the first one to go to college. Like, damn, it's 2017.
And even when you go online, like you want to check out truck driver or something,
Right.
all these education places calling you to apply for a loan and get in that school.
Yeah, because they want to keep you in debt. They know you ain't gonna get no job paying. You're gonna be paying that debt off for your whole life. School debt, man, come on, that's a trap.
That's right.
$100,000, man, you're gonna be paying that off for life. You're gonna die with that debt.
And to show you,
and I found out too, like we don't want that really pay for school. Like when they come over from other countries,
They get grants.
They get
Right.
free school.
Right.
So-called ESO.
Yeah.
They get free school.
Right.
The education system that I was teaching my son is made to hold us down. I read something the other day when I took that walk.
Yeah.
I went and walked for about an hour. Right by my house, behind my apartment rather, is an elementary school.
Right.
And when I read it was like some elementary, and then it said reform.
Yeah, what you reforming?
Right. So when I you know me, if I don't know a word, I'm gonna go look
Yeah,
it up.
yeah.
So I went and looked it up. You know, like to change or to
Yeah.
So if education is supposed to be made for us to better ourselves, if you reforming the education that you teaching my children, that means you taking the education and you really ain't teaching them nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not. Come on, man. Tell me your name one more time. Allison. Yeah. Yeah. I'm bad with names. Go ahead, Allison.
My sister is kind of like going through the same thing. Like she's pretty much captive to the school system because she just caught on to the fact that if you stay in school, you don't have to pay that money back.
Right.
So now-
Oh yeah, you keep getting the loan,
Yeah.
live off it. Yeah.
And you can just do a deferment, so that way you can just say, well, I'm still in school.
Right.
You don't have to, because they tell you you don't have to pay back till after you graduate.
Right.
So now she's to the point where she's at a PhD now, but yeah,
She got to sit in school for her life to not have to pay. Yeah, but as soon as she graduate, they're gonna be knocking for that money. But how she gonna pay it if she ain't got no job? What were you gonna say, brother?
I was gonna say was that they give us a loan. They give us that loan to go to school quicker than they give us a business loan.
Oh yeah.
They give us a house loan.
Yeah.
You know, so they give us a credit card. You know what I'm saying? Quicker than anything. You know what I'm saying?
And that school loan can never be claimed in bankruptcy because it's government. So you stuck with that for life. So I said you stuck with that for life.
Yeah.
You stuck with that school loan. But let's move on. Go to verse, where we at?
18.
We at 18.
Yeah, 18.
Go to verse 23.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
Right?
And the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
So you know what it's talking about there? It's talking about when it's time for you to grow your crops and things of that nature, it ain't gonna rain for you.
Come on.
It ain't gonna rain. You ain't gonna get blessed.
Nope.
Yeah, no blessings.
Ain't no blessings raining down from heaven. Ain't no sow a seed, sow your tithes, and you get what is it, a prayer cloth? Yeah, that's shut off. You $5,000 prayer cloth. You sow your seed, and it's gonna rain down blessings. Hell nah. The heaven above your head will be iron, right?
Brother, look.
What's that?
I came from 2 generations of farmers out of Mississippi, man. Let me tell you something. And I grew the garden before. And man, let me tell you something. I was proud of what I did, man. I ain't know I had a green thumb. Let me tell you something. I look at some of these churches, man, sitting on 30 or 40 acres of land.
Yep.
And we ain't cutting the grass no more, but do you know, instead of them begging, do you know the money that they can make if they go out there and teach these young men and the women, young girls, how to grow tomatoes and okra and stuff like that, man?
Right.
Do you know the money they would get from that?
And better the community.
And better community.
Healthy living. But see, it's a curse though.
Yeah.
It's a curse. You want to go be a farmer, you want to go do this, you want to go do that? Nah. You stuck.
Yeah.
You stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Another way to look at it is this. A brother brought this out one time. The heaven the heaven that is above thy head shall be brass, and the earth under your feet shall be iron. Think about it. What does that represent? It's a jail cell. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who's always in the jails? Us. The majority of our people the majority of people in jail are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
90%.
90%.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And then they got them killing one another now.
Yeah, and they cursed the hell in there.
They ain't the Issachar them ain't tracking the Edomites. The Edomites in there.
It's a car versus Judah.
Yeah, there you go.
Black versus brown. Right?
Yeah.
Black versus brown, and the white just sit back and let it happen. They sell all the drugs and do all that.
Yeah.
They puppet everything. But it's a curse, man. Go to verse 45.
Verse 45.
Actually, verse 37. And I'm jumping. For those of you in class, y'all can go back tonight and read all the curses. I'm just jumping to some of the main points. There's main curses that you can really say, oh, wow, that's happening. And then there's other curses where it's like more historical things that happen, but you can go through and read them. They're all valid. What's that?
Do we have 32 first? 32.
Where we at?
32.
Oh, yeah, go to verse 32.
Verse 32.
Oh, yeah, if this ain't a curse, go ahead.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
What's going to happen?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So, listen, if y'all don't know it, this has been happening all the way back since slavery.
Yes, sir.
Our kids were ripped out of our hands and given to the slaves. If you ever watched that movie, Birth of a Nation, what happened with Nate Turner? They took him away from his parents and put him up in the house, and that was just a good way of showing it. When you in slavery, they whooping your kid away from you. They whooping you and killing you and taking your kid away from you. It says your sons and your daughters should be given to other people. If you look at today, think about it: the foster housing, the social services. They quick to come to your house. What is it called? CPS. They quit as soon as they hear something on a black family. They quick to knock on that door. And we here for the welfare of the child. They don't give a damn about this child.
They sure don't.
It's keeping this government institution going. It's all money, and they profiting off of our backs. What's that?
I was a foster child. I came up in a foster system.
Right.
You turn 18, bro.
You let to the
No
dogs.
money, you gonna hit that street.
Yeah, because they don't care about you. Because from the age of 18 down, they can profit off you.
Right.
But when you hit 18, you're like adult status. So now you're supposed to be able to do for yourself. Nobody can claim you on some taxes. None of that. Now you're supposed to be a productive member of society. They never teach you how to do that. Sade.
Even when I see in my home, my mom, she's working all day. She don't really have time for her kids. So
Right.
That's another thing.
Yeah, think about it. The job rips you away from your children. She said it perfect. You got mom, she got, now you ain't, you ain't got no dad in the house. Now he already gone. That's a curse. And then 2, mom's got to work 8 jobs just to keep the lights on. So now the kid is just to himself. The streets done raised him. The TV done raised him. He don't watch too much Oprah, too much too much more, too much whatever. He done turned into a homosexual. All that menace to society. He want to be a drug dealer. He don't watch too much RuPaul. He want to be a homosexual. He done grew up on this all types of wildness, no wisdom, no parents in the house. So now that everything else is raising your child, and you just giving birth to, you just got monsters rolling around. Monsters, man. These little dudes is monsters. These little 12-year-old whores. I see it. I see it. They 14-year-old little hookers. 15-year-old little drug dealing pimps.
Man. Yes, sir.
And I'm like, 15? The hell are you doing? I gotta get my money, man. I gotta get it. I'm like, get what? Go get your ass in the books. Go get taught something. Go learn a trade. Something. But it's a curse. Finish where you at.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Yeah, there's no might. That strength been taken away. They come, roll up on your house, accuse you of something that you abused. You whoop your kid's ass, right? Because you trying to discipline your children. That's what we're supposed to do, right? You discipline your child. You chastise them. You beat them on the sides, like the scriptures say. You do that, now they can call 911 on you. They show up. All of a sudden, they taking your kid. There ain't a damn thing you can do but sit there and watch. Because you ain't got no power like the scriptures say. See, these are scriptures that we living in now. They've been happening way back when in slavery, even before then, but even now. It's an ongoing cycle. Jump down to verse 37.
Verse 37.
Right?
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
A what?
An astonishment.
Go ahead.
A proverb.
Go ahead.
And a byword.
Yeah, that proverb and byword. The black man is known as a nigga in every country, in every language. The black man is known as a nigga in every country. There is a translation for the word nigga in every language. Believe it or not. Whether they call you a darky, a mayate, right? What else? Man, there's so many.
Monkey.
All that. Proverbs and bywords, man. Jigaboo, porch monkey, coon, spook, spit, wetback, water beetle, bootlet, all that. We are known as these things. Think about it. Think about it. The Native Americans, they call them Indians. The word means savage. They're known as Indians throughout the world. Even if they call them Native Indians, they're called Native savages throughout the world. You're known by this throughout the world. Read it. Finish reading it.
Among all nations, whether the
Among
Lord,
what?
Among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead you.
Yeah, no matter where you go, man, they know you as a nigger.
That's right.
And a spick. And an Indian. Yeah. No matter what country you go to, look at that nigga over there. Yeah. Oh, he's an Indian, right? Damn, look at that coon. Look at that wetback. Jump to verse 45.
Verse 45.
Go ahead.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
Go ahead.
And shall pursue thee.
They shall what?
And shall pursue thee.
It don't matter where you go. You can run to the biggest mansion in the world, hide in the rocks, the caves, go take you a boat, a plane ride. It don't matter. These curses are going to pursue you. Go ahead.
And overtake thee.
And they've been overtaking us. We've been overtaken as a people by these curses. They overtake us. That's why we killing each other in the streets. That's why fathers leaving their kids. We went over the class on that. That's why women leaving their kids and leaving their husband. Curse. That's why we selling drugs and doing drugs. Because we're cursed. Read on.
Till thou be destroyed.
Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we didn't listen. Go ahead.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Man, I wonder why God is doing this to us. Jesus, why? Because your ass ain't listen. That's why. You wondering why you in the conditions that you in. Apply the Bible. Stop thinking that you know the answers. That's why. Why am I working 10 jobs and broke as hell? Well, it said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 17, that would happen. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. But because you want to do all the negative things to get that money. You want to be a stripper, a drug dealer, a whore, or this, or that. You ain't gonna get that. Or because you're working so hard to get all your money and that's all you care about, you don't care about the condition of your people, your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your kids. You run around with all the fancy stuff. Got the Louis Vuitton and this boots and the Jimmy Choo shoes, and your kids is walking around next to you looking like bums. That's another curse. They walking around looking like bums, your own children.
Show what they look like.
Now you wondering when something happened, why God, why? Because your ass ain't listen, man. You didn't apply the knowledge on how when you get money, how to use it. How to be charitable. How to raise your children. That's why. Read on.
Okay. And upon thy seed forever.
Go and it's gonna be on what?
Upon thy seed forever.
Yeah, these curses are supposed to be trickling down to our children. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say 41 real quick.
Where you at? You can go there. Jump back up to verse 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Think about that. You're gonna have all these kids and you won't even enjoy them. Think about how many people just work their lives away. Blacks and Hispanics, this 30 years in a job. One minute you have a kid, the next minute they're 18 and gone. And you're like, damn, time went by so fast. I didn't even see my kids grow. It's like, yeah, because you so caught up in your money, in your pocket, and living the lavish lifestyle, you didn't take the time out to raise your children, to catch them first walking, or train them on the potty, or train your son how to be a man, train your daughter how to be how to bring her up as a young lady into womanhood. Because you so caught up in me. What's that?
Surely I feel that curse right there.
Yeah.
Surely I did.
Think about it. Think about how many. Man, it's crazy. Think about it, man. Because you know what? We give our minds to the wrong things. That's the bottom line. We give our minds to our pocket and the vehicle we got to drive and the clothes we got to wear and some type of social status that we got to keep, and we forget about the ones around us. Yes. At least I know, listen, if I can't spend time with my kids now, I know why I'm doing it. It ain't because I want to go fatten my pockets. It's because, damn, I got to get all this in order. Class, this, that. I'm doing the work of the Most High. So if that's my reason, then at least I know I'm doing it for a good reason. I'm not doing it for my own lasciviousness, my own pocket. But that's our problem as people. All we look at is for ourselves. We are so, we've been so bewitched. Like the scriptures say, you foolish Galatians, who's bewitched you? We've been so bewitched and tricked that it's about riches and money and what you got and what you drive that we'll let our own children suffer. Yes. Our children suffer for it because they suffer two ways. I'm going to show you. Either you are working so hard to provide for yourself and them, the children, because you're like, oh, I'm providing for my child. They need to have the best of everything. Kids don't care about no damn name brands until you start feeding them that stuff. So either you're working so hard to provide them with this crap that you think that they need, all you do is work, never enjoy them, never get a chance to raise them. Or you're still working so hard to do all this stuff, you get them all the stuff they want, but that's what raises them. You gotta try to fill the gap of not being around, so you just feed them with riches, and you feed them with money, and you give them all the iPads and the phones, whatever they want, but you never actually really raise them. So what happens? They think that that's how they're supposed to raise their kids, and it's this terrible cycle that keeps on going of either you raising your kids through the lustful, vain things, or you're not even there to raise them at all. Y'all see that? It's this bad cycle, man. I see it all the time, man. I run into a lot of kids that, I had one girl tell me, she was 14. She said that she has no relationship with her dad whatsoever. I was like, but you live with him, right? She said, yeah. Well, he's always at work from 6 a.m. to whatever time. But you know what he does? He makes sure that she got that card to spend and that money to spend. When you talk to her about her brother or about her sister is always with counselors because nobody ever sat her down and talked to her and was a parent to her. So they got to put her in front of the counselors to figure out what's going on because she's always in jail, always in juvie, always on drugs because the parents didn't raise her. They let the riches, the money raise her. You see that? So you don't beget sons and daughters but not enjoy them because your mind is somewhere else.
And you know what they say about when they do all that?
What's that?
Well, I give you the best of everything.
Yeah, because we had the misconception that it's about stuff. It ain't about stuff. An iPad can't raise your children.
That's everything.
The hell? The Xbox One ain't gonna raise your child. If you didn't know that. It ain't gonna raise your child. Giving him all the Jordans that he can fit ain't gonna raise him. That's just gonna show him how to be a damn lustful little demon. I gotta get everything that's new. Covetous. That's what you're showing your child. How to be covetous. How to be wanting. How to not to be content with things. Finish where you at.
God. For they shall go into captivity.
Go ahead. Jump back down to verse 46. 47.
Verse 47.
Go ahead.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
You see that? Go ahead.
And with gladness of heart.
Because niggas want to always complain. Why me? Why this? Why I gotta do that? Instead of seeing the joy in what the Most High was trying to give us, it's like, damn, why I gotta do it like that, Lord? Come on, Moses. Why we gotta go this way? Instead of being joyful and saying, damn, the Most High done took us out of captivity. He done parted the Red Sea, got you away from the Egyptians, drowned their asses. That happened and you like, damn, why we gotta listen to Moses, man? I don't want to listen to him. I don't want to be joyful that the Most High saved my life. So you didn't serve with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Go ahead.
For the abundance of all things.
Because he gave us all things. We were set up to have dominion over the earth, right? He gave us everything, but we tricked it off for a bag of weed and a car. That's it, man. We tricked it off for a 9 to 5. Girl, I'm making $10 an hour now. I got it. I seen some chick on Facebook, man, talk about her food stamp card got $900 and they about to put another $1,100 on there and she got her hair done and her nails is on point. I was like, what the hell? That's what it is now? Your food stamp card is loaded and your hair and nails is done. That's all it takes to be happy. That's all it takes? What about the wisdom? What about being able to sustain that money? What about getting off damn food stamps and providing for your damn self? What about that? Girl, my food stamp card, none of y'all chicks can see me. My nails is dead. My hair weave is tight. Food stamp card got 900. This is what she was saying. I was like, damn, she's ignorant as hell. Because our people are destroyed, man. They think that it's about food stamp cards, the best weave. I got a Brazilian, whatever the hell that is. Brazilian hair. I got a bundle. Got them Brazilian bundles. Wow. It's about how Brazilian your bundle is. I paid $300 for this bundle of hair. You're an idiot. You're stupid as hell if you pay $300 for a bundle of somebody else's hair. What the hell are you talking about? And because your food stamp card is loaded and they can unload at any minute. Y'all heard about them people that had all them food stamps and the next minute the card had like 1 cent? That was right before Trump hit office. It was lined up in the food stamp line like, what happened? They like, nigga, get off food stamps. That's what happened. Go get you a damn job and stop being lazy. Y'all been living on food stamps for 20, 30 years. Come on. But our people are so content with the mediocre BS. They're so content with just sitting there on food stamps and watching Maury. You are not the father.
5:30 in the morning.
The time you gonna watch the same BS on TV.
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Or Jerry Springer. Does Jerry Springer still come on? That still comes on. Wow. Y'all watch TV. I don't even watch TV. Or you got them folks that are just caught up in watching the news. I gotta watch the news at 7 o'clock every single day. For what? So they can lie to you, indoctrinate you, and show you all the crap that's not really happening?
Come on.
Come on, man. We gotta wake up from this stuff, but it's a curse. Because we don't serve the Most High with joyfulness and gladness. We always serve the Most High with our mediocre half-assedness.
Come on.
Right? We half-ass in everything. That's what we do. As people, we lazy. We are lazy, yes. We're lazy in the mind. We ain't lazy to go out and work a double shift to get that time and a half. But we lazy as hell when it comes to doing good. When it comes to putting your spirit in for the Most High and for your people, it's like, nah, that ain't in my spirit. Nah, ESPN. I gotta go watch that for 8 hours on loop.
Yeah.
Repeat. Yeah. ESPN. What's up, bro? What's up, Felix?
What I gotta say is there. Man, you just don't know, but you know a point right there with me. Let me tell you something. If I would put as much effort and time as I do this job into his word,
Bruh, you be a superstar. I know. But that's every black man. That's every Hispanic. Bro, we are the hardest working people. Think about it. Think about how much blood, sweat, and tears you done shed at your job. Right? To do what though? To make the bare minimum. To put somebody else's child through college.
Yes.
Right? Not to be able to put your own through college. For you to live paycheck to paycheck. Right? And you know you got your brothers and sisters out there struggling, fighting for something that's real. But instead of saying, look, let me put my spirit into that, it's like, nah, I gotta build me. You gonna fall because the curses say so. Not because I'm saying so.
That's right.
But because the curses say so. Because you don't want to serve the Most High with joyfulness and gladness. You want to complain, me, why me? Why I gotta do it like that? How come this? How come that? You ain't gonna make it. You're gonna be cursed. You're gonna stay in that curse. Read on.
Verse 48.
Go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Who you gonna serve?
Thine enemies.
Who gonna be whooping your ass?
Thine enemies.
Who you gonna be working your 9 to 5 for?
Thine enemies.
Yeah. You gonna be sending your enemy to college? His children? You gonna be building up his empire? He gonna give you the bare minimum. What's that, David?
You know, I grew up in Third Ward, and you know, I really have a great appreciation for this word, because when back in the 60s and the 70s, we had the in the 60s, they were black grocery stores in the community.
There was what? Say it again?
Black
grocery stores, right.
We had service stations every corner. It ain't just by chance you don't see no more black service stations. Now, the grocery store back in the after immigration.
Yeah.
The Asian people moved in.
Yep.
Yes.
And see, I didn't know nothing about no Moabites and Amorites and all these.
Right.
You know, when I came out of prison, man, this is real. When I came out of prison, man, 15 years ago, I was clean and I was trying to do everything right.
Right.
And I seen the condition of the community. They didn't have a cell phone when I got locked up.
Right.
And I saw the condition of the community.
Changed.
Everything passed power, but major construction. They were building Metro Rail.
Right.
They were building Texas Southern, were building condominiums. I do this kind of work, so I said, no, I'm gonna get a job.
Right.
It took me 3 days to figure out what was going on. We had a black mayor, we had a black police chief.
Yeah.
But no blacks on each jobs, Holly, man. But here's what I want to say. These stores, these agent stores, and I paid for a whole year with the Father Time with the Black Dollar Project. I paid up for a whole year to get, to get advertising through them.
Right.
Didn't nobody call me. Let me tell you something, man. I'm listening to the radio station, man. The black radio station.
Yeah.
They say, the Black Dollar Project, I called it, I said, man, y'all let a black store. We had one black store left, was Shelby's Grocery.
Mm-hmm.
They passed that store up to go to Eddie Lim. The only way they go to Shelby Grocery if Eddie Lim was closed. And I told them, I said, y'all get on here and talk that black stuff. I said, y'all let a black store close up in the neighborhood that been there since 1965.
Right.
Y'all let them close up, and y'all done sent 3 or 4 generations of Eddie Lim and the mother agents stole kids to college.
Right.
And your kids out here up and down these streets not even going to school, man.
Because it's a curse.
It's a curse. But I didn't know that though.
You didn't know, but
now.
look, because we living in it.
But it's ridiculous, man. And these stores in your community right
here.
now.
Because the curse is this. Read it again.
Verse 48.
Right.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Go ahead. Who sent them?
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Say that one more time.
Which the Lord shall send
against thee. So let's be clear. You serve your enemies because the Most High said. You didn't want to serve him, so guess what? I'm going to put somebody worse on you. You didn't want to do it the way I had it, so guess what? I'm going to put this white man on you. I'm going to put this Asian man on you. I'm going to put this Indian on you. I'm talking about East Indians, like Elam, East Indian. I'm going to put these over you to show you how real it is. I'm going to show you that I was being just, right? I was being just by giving you everything you wanted, but you complained. So we're going to see how much you complain when this white man's whooping your ass. When you got to go to him for everything. Read it on, finish reading.
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
Yeah, because the curse is you're going to serve your enemy in hunger. You ain't gonna go to the black store for food. You gonna go to the Asian for food.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is there a Chinese spot in every black hood? You ever ask yourself that? How could they just set up anywhere in a black hood and be fine? Ain't nobody running there to rob the Asian store and take their money. I grew up in New York. Listen, there was a Chinese food store on every corner of a block. Brothers could tell there was 2 Chinese food stores in my one hood. I'm like, why the hell you need 2? They both cook the same. They don't taste no different. Why you need 2? Why you need 3 liquor stores in every corner store? I'm like, what the, like, even young, I was like, what? Like, how come there ain't no black business out here? There was one black business out of all the businesses where I lived. It was the laundromat. This brother named John. I remember John. I think John might have been a Levite, might have been a Haitian dude. But he struggled hard to keep that laundromat. I guarantee you go there now, he ain't there.
Can't find a footprint.
He ain't there. I know somebody else got that laundromat.
Yeah.
But that was back when I was young, man. I was 6, 7, 8. Came out of New York. He was there. I remember he drove a gray Pathfinder. He was in that laundromat hustling.
Yeah.
He kept it clean. He kept it cool in there. He worked to keep it presentable.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you go there now. He was the only black business on the block.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go there now.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Yeah. We had a lot of laundromats like that, man.
Yeah.
Black laundromat, we had a lot of them.
Oh, for real?
With staff, brother. Yes, sir.
Damn. See,
had like
I haven't seen that.
We had 4 or 5 and third ward alone.
I haven't seen. Every time I go with Asians.
GSU, man, had to leave that community, man. Get a job right there in the community. Had printing companies, drug stores, ice houses.
But see, this is the thing, though.
Yeah.
This is the thing, because even though we had it, you know why it didn't last? It's just like Black Wall Street. You know why it didn't last?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Because there was no reverence to the Most High.
Right.
There was no God in that community. There was no God in that business. Let me do this for the Most High.
Right. Right.
That's why it didn't last.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when we had flourishing communities in America, Black Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
But what was the one thing they didn't have in their community?
A gun store, a gun shop.
No.
Oh no, a gun. Okay.
It was the Most High, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't keeping the laws and the commandments.
No, but I read an article though. They talking about the stuff they had.
Yeah.
They didn't have one.
Oh yeah, they didn't have a military. They didn't have no guns.
No guns. They have no
right.
guns. No gun shop.
But guess what?
Yeah, they didn't have no
High, but check this out. Yeah. The scriptures say the Most High is a man of war. So how you gonna go to war without weapons?
I like that.
But if they would have read the Bible and applied it, they would have knew that. Let's get us some guns and weapons.
Come on.
You know, it's simple things. That's a simple thing.
Yeah, man.
They didn't. No one gave reverence to the Most High the way the Most High wanted. Not like, oh, let's set up a church and keep holidays and Christmas and do it like that. I'm sure they did that. I'm sure they had a church where they celebrated Christmas, lied to the kids about Easter.
Yeah.
They probably even celebrated 4th of July.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's not how the Most High wanted it. So there was no Most High there. That's why it got blown up by a crop duster.
That's right. Yeah.
Come on, think about that. I gotta think about that, man. You gotta think about our people, how we let the smallest things just destroy us because we don't let the Most High in. We don't give the credit, we don't give the joy, the gladness to the Most High. So he said, in one of all things, because you service not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Read verse 48 again.
Verse 48.
Therefore
shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Right?
And hunger.
That's why you gotta go to everyone else for your food. Because I don't care, even if you go to Lotus and say it's black owned or Israelite owned, it don't matter. They gotta go to somewhere to get their food. You see what I'm saying? They gotta get somebody that's bringing in that filth. And it's probably not a black man. Because we ain't got no boats. We ain't got no fishing nets. Y'all watch the damn big tuna. Y'all watch the Discovery Channel. Ain't no black men on those ships catching tuna and catching crab. Ain't no black men doing that. And there's money in that. Because we ain't gonna take the risk. Like, I ain't gonna go buy no boat and be out there. We ain't doing that. But we got the capabilities to do it. Because it's a lucrative business, but we're cursed. Read on.
And in thirst.
Yeah, and in thirst. You gotta pay for water. If it's coming out the faucet, it's dirty as hell, you paying for that. If you gotta go get it filtered, it might be still dirty as hell, but you paying for it. Right? In thirst. You want your liquor, you gotta go over here to Elam. You gotta go to the Asians, whoever. Because we ain't got no liquor store. We ain't got nothing for ourselves. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And in what?
In nakedness.
Yeah, they tell you what the hell to wear. All them name brands y'all chasing, the Gucci's and the Fendi's and the Louis and the this and the that and the. I don't care if T.I. say he got a clothing line. That ain't his clothing line. He might have threw his little logo on it.
That's right, man.
But that ain't his clothing line.
Don't say T.I. clothing.
No, like that a coup.
Yeah.
That's his. Yeah, a king of oneself. Yeah, he put that name on it, but that ain't his.
It don't have his logo.
It don't got his logo, but guess what? He ain't even making it. That's the thing. Even if it had a logo on it, FUBU. Come on, man. For you by us, or for us by you. Y'all remember FUBU? For us by us. FUBU. Yeah, for us by us. Yeah, but we wasn't making it. That's why they sold off to a bunch of Asians. Now it's FUBC. For us by Chinese. You see what I'm saying? But you see the point where we have to go, we're in servitude in every aspect of life. You see that? Like I was bringing, like when you go to that, we're not going to go there, but when you go to Ecclesiastes 38:24, we brought this out on the brother out in the street. When it said there's principal things that are created for a man's life. Water, fire, iron. The Most High created certain things that he knew man would need. Water, fire, iron. Think about it. Water. You need water to bathe and drink. You need fire to keep warm and cook your food. You need iron to build buildings and weapons to be able to kill your food. You can write it down as Ecclesiastes 38:24, right?
That's apocrypha, right?
That's in the Apocrypha. But the Most High said there was things that he created for a man's life. But now those same things that he created for your life that he gave you abundantly free, you got to go, you're in slavery to another man that got to bring it to you. You got to get you a house. You can't go build it. You got to go get you a bank loan. Make sure you got good credit. And then maybe they'll give you the house. You need some food. You got to go to H-E-B, Kroger, Amazon, whoever. Sprouts. You can't afford Sprouts. You got to go to Fiesta, right? Notice how they got even lower. They got levels of grocery shopping that you can hit. You got levels of grocery shopping. I think the upper echelon is like Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and Whole Foods. You ain't got that though. You gonna be at Fiesta, right? And then if you in the middle, what you got? H-E-B, Kroger, maybe Walmart. Like that's how I grade it. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah, you right.
I might be, but they even give you different levels. Like, well, everybody can't afford Whole Foods, so guess what? We gonna get these niggas Fiesta, but they can walk in there and get something for $1. Oh no, you got Dollar Store, Family Dollar, and all that, where you can go in there and get stuff for $1, right? And not knocking anybody that does that, but it's to show you the tricks they play, because all the food is the damn same, but they control it. So they say, look, we're gonna control it to the point where we'll even work with what you got in your pockets. You got $1, we got something for you for $1. We getting that $1.
Right.
You got $150 to spend on groceries, man. Come up, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, we got you. You want that organic? We got you. So they control it every which way. We got to see that because we're stubborn as hell. We hard-headed. We stiff-necked. We don't want to do for ourselves. You know, it's almost to the point where we're comfortable with letting them lead us about and dictate. What's up?
Since I've been in the truth, I've been on some. I've been telling everybody real economics, real black power.
Right.
When I just try to spend with my people as much as possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before I go out to the other nations. And like there's other people at the other nations that got these stores that used to be next to my barbershop or other places I used to come to. I go in there now and you can see it even on their countenance because they know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't see you too much no more. You used to come here every day. Used to.
Yeah.
Or I come in and just get that necessity that I need. Because I couldn't find it
nowhere else. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they be living right and I can feel the spirits on it. And even some of us Judites or Issacharites, they have that spirit on them too, and they see I'm just okay. They might think I'm being frugal, but I'm just getting what I need to for that moment.
Right.
And that's it. I ain't gotta come down and splurge all the money and give it right back to y'all.
Right. And see, the thing is, we gotta when it comes to that too, we just gotta because you gotta look at it like this. Let's say a black man has a store, right? Let's say he got a grocery store, and you say I'm gonna go spend at the black store. I'm gonna go spend with the brother, right? But then think about it. He got to go spend his money with probably a white man to get all this product. The money's going right back because we got to cut it off at a certain point. We got to say, okay, we got to be the distributors. We got to be the producers. We got to get our own farms back. But that's why I said, and thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth under your feet shall be iron. Because even if we had a farm, we so messed up, we wouldn't even know how to deal with it. We wouldn't follow the laws on how to even keep our farm. Where it says let the land rest, all these different things. We wouldn't even follow that. What's up?
And the craziest thing about that, I had to start going to some of our people. They took it as like, I was like, I don't get it, but I understand because we in the spirit and they in the flesh.
Right.
So when I'm coming, I'm showing love, everything, I'm smiling.
Yeah.
And then the more they start seeing me, it's like the more they start to hate me. I ain't had no words with them. They just hate me. Then all of a sudden my orders is getting mixed up. This is bad, you know what I'm saying? So I just say, you know what?
Allison.
How, like, in that situation, how do you just not give up on people? Because that happens a lot. How do you just not give up on your brothers and sisters?
Well, this is the thing. Through Christ, we know that we can't give up on our brothers and sisters because it's like it says in Hebrews, we got to have compassion on the ignorant and those that are out of the way. So we, when you got the wisdom of the Most High, you're able to see that this is going to happen and why things happen. So that else, our job will be pointless. Me being up here would be pointless if it was about giving up on people. It's about keep on going, the extra mile, and just and not worrying about who understands and who wants to do what they want to do, but knowing that what you're doing is the right thing, and that there are some that will get it, and there are some that will change. Because it's not like the scriptures say, let the multitude perish, right? Somebody get me that one, just to answer her question real quick. Well, we don't even need that. It's not about a multitude. It's not about the big numbers. The Most High didn't deal with the huge numbers. Like he said, he didn't choose us because we were large in number. Somebody get me that one. He didn't choose us because we were large in number, because we were small in number. So it's about understanding that the condition, like we understand what condition our people are in. We understand the mind games that been put on them from the other nations. We understand the curses. We understand that we're living in it, and it's not our job to just give up. If we gave up, go ahead, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people, thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Go ahead.
The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Go ahead.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Yeah, see, it's not about the number. Not because it's a great number. It's about, go ahead.
For ye were the fewest
right.
of all people.
So he don't deal with the mass. That's what like the churches do. It's like, well, we don't, let's just get everybody in here and just have have numbers. But we know it's about, we keep doing what we're doing, and some will get it. Some will change. Paul said, I became all things to all men so I can win some. He knew he couldn't win everybody. And we know we can't win over everybody, but we try. And we make sure that we keep our standard of doing things. And, I mean, look, y'all are in here. This is what it's about. They know we out. Listen, if this community don't know that we out here for them, then they bugged out. Because we've been here for 4 years about them, doing things for them, right? They know where the door is. They know where we at. They see the sign. And you know how we know? Because when we out there doing flyers, they're like, oh yeah, we know where y'all at. Yeah. Y'all over there on the corner, right? Now we don't even got to give directions to where we at because they know. What's that? Yeah, they know. Oh, y'all by Lotus, right? Yeah, they know. So it's up to them now to come in and do whatever they got to do. But we're going to still continue to do what we got to do. We ain't going to give up. That's what Satan wants, is for you to give up and just say, man, they ain't listening, screw it. Nah, but our job is to just keep pressing on, reaching for that mark, enduring until the end. Go back. Somebody pick up where Lacharab was at. Pick up Deuteronomy 28, finish 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Go ahead.
In hunger.
Go ahead.
And in thirst.
So go ahead.
And in nakedness.
Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
Yeah, whatever you want. You're going to have to go to your enemy. You want a car? Go to your enemy. It's going to cost him $5 grand to make it, but it's going to cost you 30 grand to buy it. You want a house? It's going to cost him 10 grand to make it, but 100,000 for you to buy it. You see how they do it? Everything you want, you gotta go to your enemy. He gonna hit you with that usury. He gonna put taxes on you. He gonna put, what is it? Interest. He gonna hit you with interest. Yeah, you gonna borrow 100, but when you pay it back, you gonna give me 120. Think about it. Ain't that an enemy? Ain't that some just wickedness? I'm gonna charge you for water. I'm gonna charge you for air. What's up?
That's like what Yahweh Shah said when they was time to pay taxes. He said, who do they tax? They tax their people or the strangers.
Right.
See, we the strangers to them. You know what I'm saying? And all the other nations, they together. So that's why they tax us so hard.
Man, there's a story I want to talk about, but we're gonna continue. Keep going.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Wait, what happened?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
If y'all don't know about slavery, they put yokes of iron around our neck so that when we tried to run, we got caught up in them trees.
Yeah.
So if you tried to run, you got strung up by your neck by that yoke of iron.
Yeah.
So that's symbolic, but it's also physical. It also happened. He shall put a yoke of iron around thy neck. Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee.
See, and now they don't need the yoke of iron.
No.
You know what they give you now? 401k, some health insurance, some dental, $10 an hour. That's how they keep you trapped. That's how they keep you from running. That's how they keep you from starting your own thing. I was talking to this one bro, man, the other day. And he looked like he was making money. He's an accountant. And he was like, man, obviously I was in the mall. We got our own business in the mall. And he's like, man, is this your business? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, mind you, this man, I'm 35 years old. This man is like in his 60s. He's double my age. And he's like, man, I really commend you for this. I commend y'all for this. I was like, wow, what's up? He's like, I've been wanting to start my own business for years, but I'm scared. He said that paycheck got me. I said, what? Yeah. He said he's a prisoner to the paycheck. He's scared that if he branches out and does his own thing, that the lifestyle that he's accustomed to, he won't attain it. I was like, damn, bro. To me, that was deep. I was like, wow, that paycheck got this man to the point where he just gonna give his all to another company where he has the capability. He was smart as hell. He's an accountant. He could look into all the laws and all that to start. He had the capability to do for himself the same thing that he was doing for somebody else. But now you do it for yourself. Yeah, you might take a little bit of a loss because you don't have that name, that backing. But build your own damn name. Put the time in, put the work in. If you would have started 30 years ago, you'd be probably that name now. But that fear got him to the point where it was like a yoke of iron that just held him in place. Like, nigga, if you run, you ain't gonna make it. Symbolically, he had that yoke of iron around his neck where he was like, nah, if I run, Master gonna get me. Master gonna get me. Because I'm gonna run, I'm gonna get caught up in some trees, I'm gonna get caught up in some hard times, I'm gonna fall on my ass. But that shouldn't be the thinking. The thinking should be, I'm gonna run and I'm gonna keep running and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get free. But he's so stuck on this, he won't even run. He won't even take a step out the yard. Y'all see that? He won't even step out the yard. He's like that dog that's been trained with the electric collar. Y'all see that? They put the collar around the dog's neck. They got the electric fence. And if he crosses the threshold, it shocks him. To the point where they take the collar off, he'll never cross over the fence because he knows it's trained in his head. If I cross this way, I'm going to be shocked. The electricity's going to hit me, so I'm not even going to cross. I'm going to stand here and bark and go crazy, but I'll never cross over the fence. I don't want to get shocked. The collar ain't even on him. The collar is not even on. That yoke of iron is not on you, but mentally, it is. We're mental slaves. David.
And that's one analogy, but then there's another one that they do. They got these brothers out here committing these crimes, and they think they free. But once you go out here and commit a heinous crime, and then you see them, they take out running somewhere, you know you're a runaway slave now. You ain't going nowhere.
No, the killer is this. Yeah. The killer. The funny part about that is this.
Runaway slave,
you got these big ass dudes that's out there, whatever they doing, and then a little 5-foot midget cop runs up and they just all scatter like roaches. That's a curse.
Yeah.
For you to be as big as you are and as powerful as you are and young as you are
Yeah.
and not stand up for yourself,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be chasing them off. What's that, Felix?
Man, I'm tell you, man. But this, I'm glad I'm here tonight.
I'm glad you're here
I'm
tonight.
glad I'm here, man.
I'm glad you're here tonight.
Brother,
You need to be here.
Say, I'm gonna tell you something.
What's up, bro? Okay. You're excited in the back.
Say, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. My wife, my sisters, my mom, them. I'm a licensed electrician.
Okay.
I went to school, graduated high honors out of electrical school, and my family been telling me for years, what you got? Get your own business. Ooh, get your own business.
Right.
My friend tells I go to the job and tell what they do to me. Well, you come in, you like it? Oh, we're gonna pay you this amount right here. Okay, boom. There I go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There I go.
Yeah.
So I go back to what he was at. You said that the guy would tell you living, well, the paycheck. He wanted to take that foot.
The paycheck. The paycheck was that yoke.
Yeah. That so that I might go in at this price right here.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. Now we're gonna pay you this right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man,
That sounds good.
That's $10-15 boat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, I'm finna ride with that right there.
But see,
you know
you know what you didn't calculate? You know what you didn't calculate? You getting 15 an hour for a job, right? Let's say you do 10 hours. That's 150 for the day.
Yeah.
But guess what? You didn't calculate that the head dude of the company, he got 3,000 for the job. That could have been you.
Yeah.
You could have got the whole 3 G's and paid somebody else the 15 an hour. But see, we don't calculate past what is presented to us.
I'm telling you what I do though.
Uh-huh.
I do instead of me going and opening up my own self, I do little stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Keep the job.
Keep the job.
But
Yeah.
do that on the side. When I can just be doing it every day. You
Right,
know, just,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I get that, because that's a way to do it. That's a way to try to get around it. But what it's really about is not relying on someone else to hand you or to feed you or to clothe you, because we're grown. We're supposed to have the wisdom to say, listen, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. I'm gonna run this and you gonna work for me. That's the wisdom. The wisdom ain't let me kill myself with an extra job, because that's what it all turns into. Like, damn, I gotta supplement my income, so let me do some side hustles. But then guess what? Now I ain't got no time for my wife and kids. So now I'm living in the curse anyway, because you're gonna have beget sons and daughters, but not enjoy them. So you see how even with our thinking of let me do this and this, but once we come back to doing things the right way, now it's like, damn, I'm the owner, CEO, I'm the master electrician on the job. I'm gonna get the whole $3 grand and pay somebody else to do it. Or the job is so simple, I might just do it myself and keep the whole $3 grand. You see that? But if you're getting paid that type of money for a job, it's probably a big job. So, but the point is, it's about doing for ourselves. The curse got us and is showing us that even though we're in a position to do for ourselves, since we don't want to give the Most High the credit and the credence and the praise and the glory, he's like, look, you can do for yourself, but I'm going to make sure that you don't. And all you do, it ain't going to be worth a damn, because you don't want to give me the credit. You don't want to give me the praise. That's what it's about. You're not doing this in my name. You're doing this in the name of you. And that's the problem. Read on.
Verse 49.
Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So listen, this right here is going to go into things that already happened. At this time, the Most High said he's going to bring a nation from us from far, because we were off to ourselves. If you want to go back to Deuteronomy 1:1, we were off to ourselves, trying to get back into Israel. He said he's going to send a nation from far. Go ahead.
From the ends of the earth.
They're going to come from the other end of the world. Go ahead.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
This is symbolic. It says as swift as the eagle flieth. When you look at the Romans, the Grecians, all these other nations, well, not other nations, but Esau, the white man, they flew what flag? What was on their flags?
Eagle.
It was the eagle. When you look at America, what's on their flag?
Eagle.
So the eagle represented them. You look at Alexander the Great. You can write this down. He conquered the known world, the fastest conqueror. He did it in 12 years. He flew the eagle under his banner. So as swift as the eagle flieth. Right? A great nation. A nation from far. Right? Read on.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Yeah, because at this time we were speaking Hebrew. We ain't going to understand. And then when he was prophesying, he's saying we're not going to understand their language. They're going to come speak in Greek, Roman, and English. Or whatever, British, whatever they spoke. But mainly Greek.
Gibberish.
Right? Gibberish. A nation that we didn't understand their tongue. When you look at when Christopher Columbus ran up on and grabbed them slaves, you didn't understand what the hell they was talking about. When Christopher Columbus came to America and ran up on the Native Americans, couldn't understand what the hell they were saying. He had to go get translators. Because he didn't understand them. We didn't understand him. Read on.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance.
Is this not a nation of fierce countenance? This is the book. When you look at America, America is the bully. They call him the big brother. But they're the bully.
Yeah.
They're the bully of all the countries. They bully everybody around. They don't care. They're fierce. But they're so sly with it. They are so sly with it. Because they can't just be publicly just out here hanging people and beating people down. What they do, they get the cops to do it. I know y'all see when the cop was beating that woman in the intersection, punching her face in the middle of the highway. He's just beating that old lady up. He don't care. Fierce. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard the person of the old.
They ain't gonna do what?
Regard the person of the old.
Go ahead.
Nor show favor to the young.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin was like 15 when they shot him. Right? Alton Sterling, how old was he? He was in his 30s, I believe. But young or old, bro, they didn't care. They was hanging up. Listen, if y'all haven't seen the photos, bro, they was hanging up little boys. They was hanging and lynching little boys. And then the other little boys, the little white boys, were sitting there smiling. Cheesing for the camera. Emmett Till. He was a young man. Little boy.
Feeding us to alligators.
Feeding the little kids to alligators. Gator bait. Pick a nigga. Picnics. All that. All the waterboardings and what's up?
I just want to say that, my people I missed it, but I just want to say that, but there is a universal law.
Mm-hmm.
You can run what you can't hide. You're going to reap what you sow.
You're going to reap what you sow.
And they reap what they sow, right? They do all that stuff, man. But see, the Most High have a universal law. You're going to reap what you sow. Yeah. And it's going to follow their generation to the third and fourth generation. Can't get away. But the jokers, they slick. See, they come back and they capitalize and invent stuff and create stuff. You can go out, you can buy you some land and go out there and own your property. Well, nobody will come out there and mess with you. Because they study a bit these laws. See, like you can't whip the children and all that kind of stuff. You can't do the children. But they can shoot them in the back. Yeah. Well, we out here, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I'm just saying that, and I don't know why any black person, 30 years or older, ain't got no business messing with no drugs. And really, they have to speak out against it in their communities. Get that mess up out of there. I see people walk down the street in their underwear, changing clothes in the middle of the street, 9 o'clock in the morning, man. In the community where I grew up in, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it.
Yeah, because
ridiculous, man.
Our people are destroyed, man. Just on his point, real quick, somebody get Revelations 13 and 10.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 10.
I know I'm going to these basic scriptures, but I remind you again, we got some new brothers and sisters in the class. So I didn't get a chance to go over my scheduled class. It's already 9:15. I'm not going to be able to hit it. But we just going over these curses for these new brothers and sisters in class. I'm not sure who we got online. I might not be able to get to y'all's questions. Please hold them. What's today? Wednesday? Hold them for Friday. I'm probably not going to be able to get to them. I'm going to try to get to some online. Try to hit this Deuteronomy real quick. But hit that real quick. Revelations 13 and 10.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity,
go ahead,
shall go into captivity.
Plain and simple. You lead somebody into captivity, you shall go into captivity. So, yes, they put us in slavery. The white man put us in slavery. But guess what? It's going to happen to him. Finish that up.
He that killeth with the sword.
And the sword today represents the gun. The sword is the modern day gun. Right? Or the modern day sword is the gun. Excuse me, go ahead.
Must be killed with the sword.
Right. So yes, you reap what you sow. The Most High is not mocked. You see, you lead into captivity, you're gonna be led into captivity. The roles will be reversed. But the problem is now, how do you get those? How do we get those roles to be reversed? What do we got to do? We got to come back. There it is. We got to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments. We got to break the curse. We got to break the cycle.
Yeah.
We can't let this keep trickling down to our children, the curses.
You got to saying that.
We can't.
Yeah.
We have to be the ones to stand up and say, okay, we got to make a change. How do we make that change? We got to get back into this book.
Yeah.
We got to start keeping these laws, these feast days. We got to get away from Christmas, Easter,
cry aloud.
4th of July, cry aloud, spare not.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do all these different things to come back to the Most High in Christ. We got to know that the Most High is real and He's the one that did this. That's one thing black people don't want to admit. I run into a lot of Israelites that don't want to admit that the Most High got us cursed.
Yes.
And that He's doing it, but it's our fault.
Right.
He's the parent, we're the child getting chastised. They don't want to look at that. They're like, no, not my God. I'm like, yes, your God. Yes, your God is doing this because it said so.
Right.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right.
He put your ass in slavery because of what you didn't want to do. The cause and effect. We hate to hear the cause of things when we do something. We hate to know that when we go in the club and spend all our money at the bar, we ain't gonna have rent money the next day. We hate to know that when we go in the damn sneaker store and spend up all the money on Jordans, that you ain't gonna have no damn diapers for your children. We hate that. We hate to hear that. We just want to do the cause. We don't want to hear the effect. We gotta wake the hell up. David, what's up?
The Most High doing the same thing our parents used to do to us.
That's it.
Take your privilege away from them.
Take your privilege.
You doing the same way. You doing the same thing, chastise.
All that abundance that you had, all them video games you could play and TV watching, and as soon as you mess up,
now you gotta go to the pawn shop and pawn them now.
well, not even that. Now your mom rip them out the wall, put them up in the shelf, and you gotta sit there and look at it like, damn, I shouldn't have messed up. You sitting in the corner crying. Now you can't go outside. You can't do nothing. All your privilege has been taken away. It's no different what the Most High is doing. He's like, listen, you want to act like a damn knucklehead? Guess what? All your privileges is gone. You ain't going to be able to feed yourself, clothe yourself, raise your children, be there for them. None of that. None of it. I'm going to let somebody else do that. And you're going to be sitting there like, damn, I wish I should have, could have, would have. Read on.
Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle.
They should do what?
Eat the fruit of thy cattle.
Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land.
Yeah, man, they gonna listen. They came in and they consumed everything. If you're dealing with the Native American Indians, right? Think about it. When Christopher Columbus came up on them, they had their own ecosystem. They were able to feed, clothe, hunt for themselves, all these different things. Columbus came in. What did he do? Killed all the buffalo. That's how he killed all the Indians. That's one way. He took away their food resources, right? He ate all their cattle, right? Read on. And he dried up the fruit of thy land. He killed all the crops. Because if you didn't know, the Native American Indians, Felix, the Native Americans, if you look at this chart, North American Indians, they're part of the 12 tribes. That's why I keep referring to the Native American Indians. They're part of the 12 tribes also. So this curse right here is, when you look at it, is pertaining to like Columbus when he came in and he ran up on the Native Americans. He killed all their food source. He killed the buffalo, killed their crops. That's how he wiped them out. That's how they were partly wiped out. You kill their food source, they can't feed themselves. They can't clothe. They use the buffalo to feed themselves and make clothing, keep warm, and to make whatever shelter they needed. So he killed 3 birds in one stone. He killed their cattle.
And then he infected these black with smallpox and stuff like that.
That too.
Can you cover up in one time? So,
yeah. Yeah, nah, bro. Whatever you need to add. Yeah, no, come on. Right? Read on.
Until thou be destroyed.
Until what?
Until thou be destroyed.
Yeah, man, because this was going to be the destruction of us, man. You can't feed and clothe yourself. This nation didn't care, though. This nation, you look at America, they don't care now. If you look at it today, they don't care now. They don't even give you crops and none of that. They won't even allow you to have that. But the crap they do feed you, the McDonald's, the Burger King, the KFC, the Popeyes, the $2 Tuesdays.
Oh, man.
They give you all these little deals so you can run to these fast food spots and just destroy yourself with the food, man.
Yep. You should have seen that line at Popeye last night.
Oh, it was stupid. I know. I see it every time. What's up?
I had one, an elderly woman in Detroit, I believe. She had a garden in her front yard. They told her she had to cut her garden down or go to jail.
Right. It's even if you want to do like set up like solar panels on your house.
Yeah.
It's like you trying to live off the grid. Nah, hell nah. Guess what? You gonna have to give us a piece of that. You have to pay us to live off the grid. It's like, what the hell? This is the sun. I gotta pay for the sun? Don't make no damn sense. But that's this nation. Jump down to verse 54. We're gonna go into some more curses and show y'all that this Bible applies to us, the blacks, anybody of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian descent. Go ahead.
Verse 54.
Go ahead.
So that the man that is tender among you.
So this is talking about how brothers used to deal. When it says the man that's tender among you, no, he wasn't a homosexual or a faggot or effeminate. He had brotherly love. Oh, bro, you need something? I got you.
Man, there you go.
He was tender. He wasn't all brutish.
Yeah.
Man, what the hell are you looking at? You stepped on my shoe, now I gotta kill you. You looking at my woman, now I gotta kill you. Because we didn't look at each other's women. There was that tender, genuine love for one another. So it said, for the man that was tender and delicate among you, go ahead.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So what you see in them streets?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Niggas giving you that ice grill. That giving you looks through the, you in your car and the cat's just grilling you down. You're like, damn, what the hell you looking at me for? I didn't do it. His eye is gonna be evil. It's always gonna be this evil suspicion. Like, man, I think that nigga James stole something from me, man. I don't know. He was the last one in the house. He was the last one. He went over here, and all of a sudden it's missing. When all you did was put it in your pocket and misplaced it.
Yeah, we got a dark apple.
He did.
Yeah, but the problem is the curse got us looking at each other sideways.
Yeah, man.
I'm a side eye you and everything you say.
Yeah.
You trying to give me some wisdom, but man, I don't believe that. I'm gonna give you that side eye. I'm gonna give you that evil look, that suspicious look. You see that? That's a curse, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a curse when you sit next to your brother and you just in your mind, like, man, I don't know about this cat right here.
Yeah.
Plotting and scheming.
What's up, David?
I lived through that, man. I'm 55 years old, bro. I remember back in the 60s and the 70s, I could come from anywhere in the United States. I didn't have to know you. But we were unified. We throw a peace sign or a soul sign. That was
Yeah.
it. Now, bro, look at I can't say the word. HAN, what you looking at? You know, ready to kill you, man.
Yeah, because back then it was that brown pride, black power, right? Which, and I'm gonna say this: it actually there was love behind it, because even at that time there was love for you. You didn't have all brothers just killing brothers.
No.
People just killing. Like, look at Chicago. You think you think the white man's in Chicago killing them?
No.
That's niggas killing niggas, man.
Right.
That's
right.
brothers with an evil eye towards his brother and taking it out on him with a gun.
Yes.
Ain't no white men up in in them Chicago hoods busting them guns. They might be supplying them.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
What's that?
I remember. This ain't no lie. I remember right there in Third Ward, white folk come through, they run through there. Man, they jogging the women, white women jogging at night, half naked.
Oh, you saying that back in the day?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that crime.
Yeah.
Right.
But a white woman, I'm telling you, I've seen this. I've seen white folk come through there and run through the hood.
Right.
Run through it. You know what I'm talking about? Now the white woman jogging that night in the hood, and the brother is threat against another brother in the hood.
Right. I mean, you gotta really see what we've been reduced to as people.
Yes.
So to where a stare can get you shot.
That's right, man.
Or a look
Yes, sir.
can get you killed.
That's right.
Because there is no love. There is that tender, delicate, damn, this is my bro. Oh, your car is stuck over here, let me help you out. Oh, you need this, I got you. A stranger. I mean, I do it. I see cats, man, I'm like, man, what you need? We all do it. Because we know that's what it takes. It has to be love behind your actions. But that love has been stripped from us through, think about it. When you get put in conditions, when you just live on top of another person, the projects and the hoods, when you just there and it's a dog eat dog, I gotta get this to survive.
Crabs in a barrel.
crabs in a barrel. When you watch it, what did he say in Get Rich or Die Trying? He said, show no love. Love will get you killed. That's what they tell us. You show love, that's going to get you killed. Love is a sign of weakness. Hell nah. That's one of the greatest commandments. So how is that weak? But the world got you twisted. The world tells you to be backwards. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love the most. Think about it. If love was weakness, how could you serve the Most High?
You could.
It says, love the Most High with all thy heart,
Mind
and body and soul. So if love is weakness, I'm gonna let you come in. If love is weakness, where's the strength? The strength is in killing a nigga, in being hateful. The strength is being brutish. Hell nah. We got it twisted, man. What were you gonna say?
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 22. So when we come in and we see these curses, this is what we got to understand, because we try to rationalize in our mind why we're feeling this way, right? And we try to rationalize why what we grew up with, right? And we try to use that to rectify or to edify with the scriptures, and you can't. You understand? We can't use what we learned to justify what we're learning over right now,
or what we've been through,
right? Go ahead, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
The wisdom that you learned in the world is not wisdom. It's stupidity with the Most High. You can't compare. You can't live a street life and then come in and use your street credit to justify being righteous.
Or you can't sit there and say, when the Most High said love your brother, that's the strength. That no, if I be a nigga towards him, that's the strength, because my homeboy said so.
I'm hard.
Yeah,
I'm hard because I can look at you a certain way, and if you look at me a certain way, I can pull my gun out and shoot you, and then if I miss, you'll shoot me back, and then we'll have a gun war, and I can talk about it on Facebook, and that's what makes me hard. No.
Or you use that wisdom, nigga, you got to get your own. You by any means necessary. You can't use that type of wisdom from the world, that wickedness, that wicked wisdom from the world to get ahead with the Most High. That's why he says the wickedness he said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Go ahead.
Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
So whatever your grandma says, whatever OG Bobby Johnson said from up the corner, up the street, right, who lives in the trap house, anything they have to say that's not according to the scriptures, Isaiah 8:20, if they speak not according to this word, there is no. Here, we'll go to it for you. Grab that for me. You all right? So whatever advice grandma, mama, or daddy, or papa, or nana, whatever they said, however you want to word it, OG Bobby Johnson, Bumpy Gums, Rick Ross,
River Pig Feet,
Bishop PD Snakes, right?
There you go.
Whatever they got to say, if it's not according to this word, that counsel is wicked.
Because they're telling you the opposite of what the scriptures are saying.
Right. And here's what the scriptures say.
The scripture said that we were tender and delicate towards our brother.
Right.
So we had love towards our brother. The world tells us show no love. But we know that that's not how we're supposed to be. But read that Isaiah 8:20, then we'll jump back.
Right. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak
so
not,
to the law, check this out. It says to the law. See, Moses was given law here. He was given the curses of the law. So he said to the law and to the testimony. Go ahead.
Oh,
if they, go ahead.
Hang on one second. Just it says to the law, right? So Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. I'll just read it. You can write it down. All right, because this is the law, right? It says Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. It says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in no wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him."
So going back to 54, when the law said don't hate your brother, it's because we had that tender delicateness. We had that love. We weren't just sitting there grudging and hating one another. But through time and through all the beat downs and all the slavery and all the crabs in the bucket and the projects and the hoods, and all the living conditions and not having and wanting and needing and seeing everybody else come up, we develop that hate. Read Isaiah 8 and 20 real quick, and then we'll jump back.
Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right. So if they're not speaking according to the word that's coming from this Bible, there's no light. There's no wisdom in it. The wisdom of the world will tell you one thing, but the Bible tells you a total opposite.
Yes.
Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love the Most High. But the world will tell you to show no love. So we got to keep that in mind. Jump back to Deuteronomy 28:54. Finish that up. We got like a couple minutes, so I'm going to go a little bit over.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
Go ahead.
So that the man that is tender among you.
Go ahead.
And very delicate.
Go ahead.
His eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Go ahead.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
Think about it. You got brothers out here beating their wives, leaving their wives, pimping their wives. You gotta have an evil ass eye towards your wife when you can put her on the block. Think about it. I mean, cats, oh, that's my wife, but she's a hooker. She out here, damn. Y'all seen Hustle and Flow? He had old girl, but he had one in the strip club, and he had Yvette pregnant. There was both his women. But think about where your brain gotta be at when you can say, look, this is my woman, but I'm gonna pimp her and have her on the pole. You gotta be an evil son of a gun.
Your children's mother.
Your child's mom. Even if it's not your child's mom, but it's your woman.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody even look at my woman. You're gonna have her out on the stripper pole, and you're gonna have the other one on the block, pimping her out. Your eye is gonna be evil towards your wife. You gotta see the things that our people do to even their wives and children. Brothers, we all been there, man, where we had that evil eye towards our wife. Hopefully not to the extreme where we was pimping them and putting them on the pole, but it's showing where you held a grudge. And you held a grudge so long, you weren't able to get past it. You weren't able to communicate past it. Because the grudge you held outweighed the love. It outweighed the wisdom of the Most High. And this is what it does. Go ahead.
And towards the remnant of his children.
Go ahead.
Which he shall lead.
Yeah, it causes you to leave. Think about this. Who got the most households with no father? What nation of people? Everybody on that sign. From a black man to the Mexican and in between. I don't care, man. Listen, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis from other countries. We talk to a lot of people. Man, where you from? Guatemala. You start talking to them about their family? I never knew my dad. I'm like, what the hell? You never knew your dad. And then you talk to another cat. Man, where you from? Honduras. Oh, man, yeah. I never knew my dad. I'm like, what? That's our people. Yep. Talk to a cat, Panama. Oh, yeah. Man, what's your dad do? I don't know. I never met him. I'm like, what? So it ain't just blacks. It's blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Our people, this is a curse on our people. Yes. There's a reason why it happens. Because we don't know how to work through problems. We don't know that when there's something going on in the household, the number one key thing is what? Communication. That's right, man. Communicate your way through it. Whether it be with a soft answer or figuring out what's going on. But we so bullheaded as men, as Israelite men, we so stubborn. We're like, man, it's just going to boil over. It boils over until your ass leaves. You get tired of her and you leave. And then you got children that are there, ain't nobody there to raise them. So they turn out gay. Or drug dealers, or what? Effeminate sports players, big ass football players that can't think past the 5-yard line. They can't think past their hand. They're just big football players, just a big ball of muscle walking around. It's emotional because ain't no man there to set them straight and say, "Listen, bruh, man the hell up." Ain't no balance in their life. That's why they have look at these football players, man. Look at these black athletes. They're like big-ass 30-year-old kids. Always getting in trouble. Relying on their money. Why? Because nobody showed them how to use their brains. Daddy wasn't home. Either daddy was gone or busy working to support, Or he doesn't give a damn. He was there, but he was caught up in something else in his mind.
That's right.
It's a curse. He was there physically, but spiritually, he was non-existent. Y'all understand that? It's a curse. Jump down to verse 56.
Verse 56.
Guess what? The women ain't gonna escape. Jump down to verse 56. Y'all ain't gonna escape either because it's all of us, man. Go ahead.
The tender and delicate woman among you.
Because guess what? The women, they were tender and delicate too. They weren't all mannish and brutish. Nigga, please, I'm gonna do me. I got my weave, my food stamp card, my nails is did. They wasn't coming at brothers all wild and crazy. Like little, like, what? Wait, say that again?
Get in there and watch the dishes.
Yeah, you got, wait, you say that the sisters, tell her, yeah. She ordered you around to go,
Okay.
telling you to go do the laundry.
Okay, dear.
Yeah, but they wasn't all brutish. They wasn't all brutish and mannish. They were tender and delicate. They went on. This is how delicate they were.
Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
Listen, they were so tender and delicate, her feet didn't even touch the ground, bro. Our women were carried everywhere. You ever watch, what was it where they made Elizabeth Taylor, the Egyptian lady?
Oh, yeah. Queen
of Sheba. Yeah, but they were carrying that, the four dudes carrying her. That was our women. They were tender and delicate, like, nah, you can't even walk on this dirty ass ground. We're gonna have to carry you.
Yeah.
But now they walking around in the mall barefoot. You filthy beast. They walking around in the nail shop flip flops. Like that's some damn shoes. Exactly. You know the flip flops, right? You know the nail shop flip flops.
Oh.
No, I'm saying when you get your toes done. What do they call them?
They don't call them anything.
Oh, I thought they had a name. That's why I asked if you knew. 'Cause I know sisters get their nails done. They walk around in them. They're not shoes. But guess what? They so brutish and animalistic. It's like they don't walk around in anything. You remember back in the day, you used to watch those movies where the dude would take off his jacket and put it on the pile on the puddle of water, so she could step over it and not get her feet wet. Man, these sisters today, they just walk barefoot in the rain. They just walking outside, crushing glass with the bottom of their all rough feet.
They're called disposable pedicure shoes.
You walking around in disposable pedicure shoes for months. What the hell? For months. You acting like that's the fashion. Come on, man. You running through the mall with this hair rollers halfway done and just looking crazy. Everything is super tight. Workout pants and you ain't worked out. Like, come on, man. You walking through the mall in your bra. With no bra. Yeah, you walking through with no bra. You out in the streets with no bra on. Because ain't no tenderness and no delicateness. It's whoredom and coonery. It's whoredom, man. It's a curse. The Most High took that delicateness away from the woman. Read on. Where you at? What, you got something? Oh, I know. Yeah. Nah, we ain't got it.
You want to hit it?
Nah, we ain't got to go there. Because we just hitting the surface. We ain't got to go there. But you could give them. Where's that? Isaiah what?
Write this exactly.
You can write it down next to this scripture.
Isaiah chapter 3. And you start at verse.
Go there.
Go. I'll read it. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
It says, moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
They're what?
Haughty.
They're little whores. Go ahead.
And walk with stretched forth necks.
Yeah, you want, like, nigga can't tell me nothing. Just
rolling
like,
their eyes.
Rolling your eyes and
bobbleheads.
Yeah.
So
you just there's no tenderness and delicateness about you.
Sucking on air.
You just a chicken. What do they call them? Chicken heads.
Oh, cluck it.
Go ahead.
Haughty and with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go.
Yeah, you got the wanton eyes. You just looking at every little dude that walk by like, damn girl, look at his six pack. Oh, he got some big arms. Oh, look at his car. Look at this. Look at that. Because your mind ain't in the right place. Go ahead.
And making a tinkling with her feet. Therefore the Lord will smite thee with a scab. Therefore the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head.
Yeah, why you think you got to go spend $300 on them damn bundles? Them Brazilians. Because your ass is bald. The Most High struck the Israelite woman with baldness. Why you think? Listen, hair to have all that hair, that was a woman's crown. That was her glory. All that beautiful, long, flowy hair. Y'all saw the little Rapunzel, the down that golden hair, whatever. That was her beauty. That long ass hair, that beautiful flowy hair, that mane and tail, right? Right. But now you got to go buy somebody else's hair. You got to go buy somebody else's Brazilian hair or Indonesian hair because you cursed. Because your tenderness and delicateness, it's no longer in you. You want to be a man, you want to look like one. I'm gonna take your hair. You want to act like a man. Guess what? You want to wear the pants like a man. You gonna be bald like a man. He ain't playing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
And the Lord will discover thy secret parts.
Go ahead.
And in that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be about that outward, like, oh, I got this, I'm flashy, I got, oh, girl, my Louis bag costs more than yours, so I'm good now. It ain't about that. He gonna strip that. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And it shall come to pass, instead of a sweet smell.
This is my favorite part. Go ahead. Because guess what? Our women, listen, they were bad as hell. They were decked out.
Oh.
They smelled like roses.
Like Esther took a bath before she seen the king for like a year and a half.
6 months in myrrh.
6 months.
6 months in myrrh.
And 6 months in frankincense.
In frankincense.
Yeah.
To clean them up. Because frankincense, they were purified. Our women smelled purified. They were purified inwardly and outwardly.
Oh.
But what happened? He said instead of a roses.
Instead of a sweet smell.
Instead of roses and potpourri, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, Ed Hardy mixed with Chanel. J'adore by Christian Dior. What is it?
There shall be stink.
Yeah, man. Now you stink. Now it don't matter how many dishes you do, Epsom salt, vinegar. It don't matter how many showers you take. There's a stench. Because you rely so much on your physical. You rely so much on that carnal. The Most High said, I'm going to curse that carnal. I'm going to curse that carnal. I'm going to make that carnal rot from the inside. And it's going to be stank. It's going to be, and some are worse than others. This is the scriptures talking. But this is the thing that we got to realize. We can get out of that. We can get out of that. You know what? You know why? You know why there's a stint? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's simple things like don't eat that shellfish, crawfish, shrimp, crab, lobster. You stop eating some of that stuff, you won't admit it through the things that we eat, we admit through our pores. There's a stench. You start eating all them cold cuts, you start seeping from your neck through your pores. Our body is designed to release toxins. We're not like the pig where we just hold in toxins. So guess what? You start breaking the commandments, if you want to bring it back to what we're talking about. You start breaking the commandments, you start breaking that dietary law. Guess what happens? All that filth is going to try to come out of you somehow, some way. Right? So it's going to come through every orifice possible. Every hole in your body, it's going to come out. And in some, it's going to be an odor. Simple as that. Simple as that. What's up, Zion? I know you got something to say. What's up, brother?
No, our people so messed up. You put oil on them, and this smell like straight pee.
Yeah, because you know why? Because the things that they eat, they don't get running and eating all that sarku and eating all the Cinnabons. I'm guilty. And eating all the filth, man, that the nations, because this is the problem. This is the problem. It says you will go to your enemy for one of all things. Hunger. Think about it. Hunger. When you're hungry, you're not going to go for first of all, your enemy is not going to feed you the best of the best. He going to give you the organic broccoli and the organic this and the organic this. He going to give you the GMO. Right? Because this is a wicked ass enemy.
Yeah.
This is a Davashaya.
Oh no, I was just gonna say what you're saying is it's very much so on point. Cause like if you go to the gym, if you pass by some of the people working out, you're like, oh my.
Yeah. Like what the hell?
Even when we had the business that we had in the gym, when people come up and they.
Oh, when you had the Smoothie King?
It's like, oh
yeah.
my God, can you like not?
Because listen, body BO ain't supposed to be so strong when a cat walks away. His stench it's still in your nose.
It's lingering in the
It
air.
lingers in the air when your BO lingers.
Like Judah came by and just had
Oh,
a part on Ted.
yeah. Oh, yes. But this is, but it's the things. It's because we break simple dietary commandment. Where now, when you walk around, your body is trying to release all the filth that you done ate for the past 50 years. Now you just walk around with a stench. It's like, damn. No matter how much cologne, deodorant, baths, you can't stop it. You just always sweaty because your body is like, I'm trying to get rid of it. But as fast as I get rid of it, you keep putting it back into your body. You keep eating the swine, eating the shellfish, eating the alligator, whatever the hell they eat out here. What is it? The crawfish?
Crawfish.
What the hell you gonna eat little mudfish? Come on, man. They be in the mud crawling around eating filth. And then you eat that and think that I'm pure, I'm holy.
Water crabs.
But think about it. Your body is trying to admit the stench. Your body is trying to eliminate all the toxins and filth, but it stems from us you break the law, now you're going to stink. Yeah. You're going to have filthy ass body odor. Filthy. Let's jump back to 56. Y'all get that? Y'all understand? Little laws, man. Little commandments that we break have big repercussion. That's the point. Listen, I always say that we always bring up the shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. A lot of us ain't got to deal with that because it's not even a battle no more. Some of us still battling with that. Some of us don't know. I don't know if you knew, bro, Felix.
Write it down, bro.
Yeah. You go to Leviticus, Leviticus chapter 11 for that.
I just wrote down no fish, no crawfish.
No, listen, you can eat fish.
I mean, no, I didn't say fish, I said crawfish.
Yeah, no shellfish.
Catfish.
No catfish, bottom feeders. Because you got to remember, they have a function. They have a job. And when you take them out of when they do their job and then you eat them for dinner, you just ate them and their job. Their job is to be a disposal. Their job is to be a filter. So you just ate, think about it. You ain't going to take your food, put it in the garbage disposal in your sink, spin it, drain it, and then drink it. Right? You don't put your food in the garbage disposal and eat it. Why the hell you do that when you eat the pig? Because that's what the pig is, the earth's garbage disposal. You do it when you eat the shrimp, the crab, the lobster. They're bottom feeders, catfish. You doing that, you're just eating trash. When they say you are what you eat, they really meant that. They were really telling you like, if you eat a pig and it just ate a poisonous snake, that's what you ate. You got to look into what a pig does and how it digests. Right, it digests its food at the same rate as a human. 4 hours. So a pig will ingest poison. You kill that pig, you just ingested poison. And you wonder why you got hypertension, high blood pressure, worms. Pigs got over 100 parasites that just live in their intestines. You over there running around talking about them chitterlings was so good. Chitterlings smell like piss. And when you heat them up, it smells like hot piss. Okay?
They smell like food.
And yeah, before you clean them, it smells like doo-doo. And then after you clean them, it smells like pee. And then when you heat it up, it's like hot pee and doo-doo all in one. Bruh, we got to really see what we're doing. Why the hell would you eat a pig's intestinal tract? What possessed you? I can't get it. In slavery, they threw us the worst parts of the pig and was like, yeah, deal with that. But guess what? We ain't in slavery no more. As far as that level, why do cats purposely choose to go get the chitterlings and the pig feet? Because it tastes good? Ain't no amount of hot sauce. Bruh.
None.
Ain't no amount of hot sauce.
Second that.
Gonna make, and he's a hot sauce connoisseur.
Second that.
Ain't no amount of hot sauce gonna make some chitlins taste good. Sister Mary. What's up?
They get all that pork and stuff and say that's what they're supposed to eat for New Year's gonna bring you good luck.
Hell nah. You just curse your house.
But and the reason why I be telling people the reason why I don't eat the pork and all that shrimps and stuff is not just by giving us a blood pressure. I'm doing it because according to the scripture.
And that's first and foremost, according to the scripture. But what I'm doing is giving reasoning, because some people will see that and be like, well, just because God said so, we're not supposed to do it? It's like, well, here's the reasons. God ain't going to give you he don't got to give you the reasons, but I'm going to give you the reasons. Because this is what a pig does. It has a function. Everything was created with a function. Just like how a man was created to be a man and have a function, and a woman was created to be a woman and do her function. And that's the problem. We take things out of its function. So now a woman ain't a woman. She ain't tender and delicate. Now she just beastly and manly. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
I tried to tell my aunt that about the hog and the pig being bad, right?
Yeah.
She talking about, well, you know, everything God made was good. I said, I didn't say everything God made wasn't good, but it was good for its purpose.
It's
purpose. It was good to keep garbage, filthy.
Keep your farm clean.
That's why it was good.
Right. It was good to keep your farm clean.
Yes.
Finish that up. Go back to
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56.
Go ahead.
Precept.
Go ahead.
Her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
You see that? The same curse. Her eye is going to be evil to the husband of her bosom. Now she out there cheating on him, tricking on him, having kids behind his back with the mailman.
Milkman.
The milkman. The UPS man. The Amazon delivery boy. Any nigga that got money. Any nigga that got a better car than her husband. Her eye is evil towards her husband because that's what that evil brings. All of a sudden you no longer care for that person. So you'll do anything against them. So next thing you know, you got 10 kids and one of them, all 9 of them don't look like you. Like, what the hell? You the mailman's kid. Y'all heard the joke. You must be the kid of the mailman's. You must be the kid. Because it's true. These things happen, man. We lose that love for one another. The black woman, the Hispanic woman, she done lost the love for her man. Now all of a sudden, she with the white man. Eve, the rapper Eve, she went and married a white man. Serena Williams having a white man baby. That because they're not chasing that man, they're chasing what he got. But the hate for the black man is so real, that evil eye towards the black man is so real because of what we've been put through. It's like they ain't never gonna be nothing. The black man ain't never gonna amount to nothing. Because all he wanna do is drug deal, pimp, smoke crack, watch ESPN, play PlayStation all night. You up till 4 in the morning playing PlayStation, bro, and you 40? Come on, man. You gotta wake the hell up. You wanna be a damn pothead? You a big weed head. You a 40-year-old weed head. What woman is gonna want to rely on that? So now she's gonna be looking to other resources, other means of living. Right? Not saying it's right, but all I'm saying is the man, we gotta get right. We gotta try to come up from under these curses. So that now the woman can have something to look to. She can have some stability, some strength. But if ain't no strength, it's like I'm gonna go find, because women, they want strength. They want examples. But guess what? If you ain't gonna be the strength in your house, you're gonna look for it somewhere else. Or she gonna have to be the strength, and now you taking her out of her purpose. You see that? Think about a woman that gotta be the man and the woman in her house. She's mad as hell. Who she taking out on?
Kids.
You look just like your damn daddy. Right?
God.
Y'all seen it, y'all heard it. I've heard it. I've heard it. You look just like your daddy. I'm like, man, listen, stop.
God.
Because it's that evil eye, that hatred. Go ahead.
And towards her son.
Go ahead.
And towards her daughter.
Yeah, now you see it on Facebook. Daughters fighting, mothers fighting daughters. Maury's the best. No, Jerry Springer's the best, where you be having the mother and daughter and they fighting over the same raggedy ass dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? How the hell is a mom competing with a daughter for a man? She ain't supposed to be looking for no little ass boy. But that's that evil eye. That's that hatred that they put our people in. It's always that foolishness, man. Go to verse 64.
Verse 64.
Right?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So this is one of the main curses. The Most High said he was going to scatter us, all Israel, amongst all people. I mean, it don't matter where you go. There's a black man here. There's a black man in every country. When I say black man, I'm talking about an Israelite. There's Mexicans in places you would never believe.
Yep.
They scattered. You got a lot of our men that went into war for this country into other countries and had babies and left those babies. Germany, Vietnam, all through Europe, Afghanistan, Japan. Those are Israelites over there because of who their father is. We're going to be scattered. But it's a curse. You know why? I'm going to tell you, You know what you got to really look at? I don't know if any of y'all ever grew up next to, you know, the so-called white Jews. The so-called Jews. Any one of y'all ever grew up near their community? No, right? Okay, so again, I grew up in New York. I grew up close to or around the Jewish communities. Guess what they do? They stick together. It's a curse to not be with your people. When they came to this country, they stuck to they built a community. They rely on one another. They don't live in these curses, but they'll say they're Jews. But it's a curse to not be able to be with your people and build with your people and be amongst your people and live with your people and party and celebrate and mourn. It's a curse. That's why we were scattered, and that's why we still get scattered. It's a curse. Read on.
And from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
And what was going to happen when we got scattered? Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
We're going to do what?
Serve other gods.
The black and Hispanic man does what?
Serve other gods.
Yeah, because he's a Christian, he's a Catholic, he's a Muslim, he's a Baptist, he's a Buddhist. You see that? You a black Buddha. The hell? Come on, man. Think about it. Think about it. We serve everything else but the Most High.
Yes.
We serve every religion but the Most High. What's up? Read on.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Yeah, because we didn't know about all this religious stuff, all these religions. The two main ones, read.
Even wood.
Wood represents that Christianity. Y'all know it. Come on. Jesus, half them Christians run around with crosses on their necks, representing that cross that Jesus was crucified on. That was wood, right? Because the majority of our people are caught up in that Christianity, in that Catholicism.
Don't forget about Christmas tree.
Even the Christmas tree. That wood, that wood, same thing. But our people are caught up in Christianity in all levels of it, from being we can go there. Tell us, Zion, get that. Jeremiah 5:19. But we caught up in that Christianity. That wood represents that. Go ahead.
And stone.
And stone. There's another religion that our people are caught up in. We think that we Muslim.
Kabbalah.
That Kaaba stone. A black man talking about you about to take a pilgrimage to Mecca? Come on, man. You better pilgrimage in this Bible and figure out why it's for you. Malcolm X did that. He was a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
And guess what he did? He pilgrimaged to Mecca and figured out that that was not for him.
That's right.
Where are the black people? Because it wasn't for us. It was a God that neither us or our fathers knew. Our forefathers served the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They served the Most High power that created the earth, the heaven and the earth.
Yes, sir.
The God of this Bible, not Muhammad, Allah.
Krishna, Krishna.
Oh, I know. Right. We didn't serve Selassie.
Yeah.
We didn't serve these things, man. These ain't things that we knew from the beginning. We knew the Most High from the beginning. I be what I be who I be.
Yeah.
That's what we knew. We didn't know the Kabbalah. We wasn't chasing no cobblestones and running around with crosses on our necks.
They was chasing our God.
They was following after us. But the curse is now we gotta follow after their gods. That wood and that stone, man, that Christianity and that Islam. A lot of our people, think about it. How many cats talk about I'm Muslim and they black? I'm like, but that's an Arabic.
Yeah.
It's an Arabic religion. Why are you
slavery?
You read it Muslim? No, I got a Quran in English. Get out of here with that. What's up?
I get confused all the time. People confuse me all the time with Muslim.
What do you mean?
Like when I wear this,
because you know why? The custom of the head wrap, that came from us.
Yes.
When you read, especially in this book right here, this is from Babylon to Timbuktu. This is by Rudolph A. Winsler. He's a black historian. He does history on like all the ancient black civilizations. and he breaks down where Muhammad got all his teachings. He got it from the Bible.
That's right.
I talked to a Muslim the other day. He was like, the Bible, the Quran came from the Bible. He admitted that. But then he went into some more other weird stuff, talking about Muhammad, Abraham was Muslim. I was like, nah, bro. Abraham wasn't Muslim.
That's right.
But he admitted that the Quran came from the Bible. Because a lot of the things they got, the head wraps, some of the feast days, the Day of Atonement, the customs, serving one God, that came from us. You see, the Muslims, they served over three. They had a God for everything. They had a God for the air, God for the water, God for this phone, God for this book, God for this cup. They had a God for this oil, a God for these scissors. They had a God for everything. But we had one God.
One God.
And they saw our prosperity in that, so Muhammad adopted that belief. And you can read that through this book. I believe it's on page 67, I believe, where it goes into where Muhammad got the whole concept of Islam from. Right? Jump back. So it says, right? Oh, read verse 65.
Verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Neither.
We gonna do what?
Find no ease.
Listen, man, tell me, listen. If y'all don't see it, it's not easy to live in this country. Because why? You're caught up in the trap of work, home, work, home. Oh, I ain't make enough, now I gotta work double time. Oh, now I gotta work triple time just to pay my bills. Just to make ends meet. You always is caught up in work. It ain't easy. You don't got that easy living where you can kick back like how we did when we had it way back. Where we just let our flock just graze.
Yeah, old money.
Yeah. We let our flock graze and we sat up with our kids and kicked it and talked about history. We don't got that.
Talk them at the dinner table.
Yeah, taught them at the dinner. You don't got that. Now your ass ain't even at the dinner table. They eating Pizza Hut. Right. Ain't no dinner. You better order some pizza. You gonna starve. That's what the kids got to do. What were you gonna say, Zion?
Now I was reading about King Solomon.
Yep.
About how the nations was bringing gold to him.
They paid tribute.
This guy was making shields.
Yeah.
Pillars with their gold. So,
bruh, because the nations paid tribute to us. Solomon had 40 years of peace. Think about that. Think about what the people were doing with 40 years of peace. They were kicking it. They were living off, they were living off the other nations. Solomon wasn't just getting the gold and hoarding it up. He was running his kingdom. He was running the kingdom. Distributing to who needed to get distributed to. There was nobody broke and poor. Nobody like that. I gotta run to work else I ain't gonna make it. Cass was kicking it. Tend to your livestock, eat and drink. Now, it's like, damn, if I call in one day at work, my whole paycheck gonna be so messed up, you're gonna be in debt. You ain't gonna be able to pay your rent, you might miss a car note, might get repoed. You already living paycheck to paycheck. Because there ain't no ease among these nations. You driving your car, you nervous so you don't want to get pulled over? Because you might get shot? Right. Bro, I don't want to get pulled over. I'm just like...
I roll all windows down.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even want no confrontation with the law. Not because I don't know how to handle myself, it's because you don't know how the hell they going to react. It's about how they going to react. I know how I'm going to agree with thy adversary quickly. You do those things that are pleasing to the eyes of the Most High, even your enemies shall be at peace with you.
That's right.
So I keep those things in my mind, but still, I'm like, if I could avoid it, I'm good. Because they ain't easy to live amongst. Read on.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot find rest.
Yeah, man, you always running and gunning. This job to that job. This place to this place. You can't relax. You can't take no damn vacation. They don't even give you vacation time no more on these jobs. It's like work. You're like Rihanna. You just working. Ain't no rest. The scriptures tell us there's no rest, right?
John.
But this is the thing. What are you working for? What do they got you running through the hamster wheel for? What do they got you running for? The little booby prize at the end of the stick? The carrot at the end of the stick? The $10 an hour? The 401k? The fake health insurance? The fake dental? What they got you running towards? See, we know we work for a purpose, right? We put in that work for the Most High for a purpose, to get our people out the curses. That's the point. So we know this ain't our rest. But we know that we ain't in this curse where it's like, you ain't getting no rest because you got to go run for the white man and run his corporation and run his business. Read on.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
Yeah, you're going to be weak-minded, man. You're going to be weak as hell. Go ahead.
And failing of eyes.
Go ahead.
And sorrow of mind.
Yeah, you're like, man, when am I going to make it? When am I going to get about this? I've been working 30 years. How come I don't got nothing to show for it? How come I got nothing to show for what I've been doing? All the work I've been putting, all the running and gunning, all the different jobs, all the time spent, all the whole 30 years I invested into this company, whatever it may be. How come I don't got nothing to show for it? How come I'm still sorrowful? How come I'm still wanting? How come I'm not complete? Because the Most High ain't in it. Go ahead.
Verse 66.
You want that right now? Yeah, jump to that. Jump to Jeremiah 5 and 19 real quick. You got it.
Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 19. And it shall come to pass when ye shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things unto us?
So we're going through these curses, and then we're gonna be looking around and like we're wondering like, well, dang, what is all this? What's all this mayhem and this chaos going on? What's the reason behind this? Right? Go ahead.
Then shalt thou answer them, like as ye have forsaken me.
Because we have what?
Forsaken me.
Because we have forsaken the Most High. That's why we're in derision. That's why we don't know where the Master's house is. That's why we don't know our way back to the Most High.
That's why we don't know our owner. The scriptures say the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass knows his crib. But Israel doeth not consider. We don't even care. We don't even care where we came from. We don't even care who our power is.
They're not showing that.
Yeah.
They're not showing that.
We don't even consider it like, damn, how did we get here?
Oh, you hold up the white Jesus picture, they'll defend that true and through.
Yes. Yeah.
They'll tell you that's their Lord and Savior.
That's my Jesus.
That's my Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
You show them a black Jesus, that ain't my Jesus. I don't know who that is.
No.
But you show them that Caesar Borgia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll die for it. They'll cuss you out, spit in your face.
Y'all cold.
Yeah. That nigga will come out real quick in that Christian, that so-called Christian, right? In a hot second.
And the Bible describes what it looked like.
Well, see, this is the problem. We're not considerate of the things that the Most High set before us. We're not considerate of this word. It said we don't consider. We don't consider the commandments and how they help us.
Yes.
And why we don't even consider why we should keep it. We just be like, nah, I ain't doing that because I don't feel like it. Consider why you should. Consider the blessings.
Yes. Yes.
Consider the cursing.
Yeah.
We don't consider, man. We're not considerate people no more. Carry on.
Read.
And serve strange gods in your land.
So we did these things. We did this in our own land. We turned our back on the Most High in the land that He brought us in. You got some nerve. You gonna act a hoe in the house that I brought you in. You gonna play the harlot in the house I brought you in. I seen you in your mire. I wiped you up. I cleaned you off. I walked you around town in the finest garments. Right? And then I put you in the house, set you up on a pedestal, and you want to play the hoe. You want to be the dog, the stray animal that bites the hand that feeds you.
What is it?
You know what I'm talking about,
Orange
right?
Ice, yeah, the song. Horseshoe Jones.
You want to do all these things, right? And now you're wondering why this chaos is happening. You wanted to act a fool. You wanted to play the hoe, and then you wonder why this fierce nation is coming up and kicking your butt. You want to know why you're in want and derision for all things. This is why. Go ahead.
So shall ye serve strangers and a land that is not yours.
Well, listen, you want to serve strange gods in the land that I brought you in? You want to play the hoe in my house? Well, guess what? You're gonna be serving them in the land they take you in. They hold you captive in.
In want of all things.
In want of all things, correct.
In want of all things, man.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob.
Jump to verse 25.
Verse 25. Your iniquities have turned away these things.
Your iniquities, your sins, the things that you've committed.
You're one to eat shrimp,
Crab,
lobster,
commit
your brother, commit adultery, sleeping with your brother's wife, hating your parents, bearing grudges. These are the sins it's talking about. Not just these, but these are the sins it's talking about. Go ahead.
And your sins have withhold good things from you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You see, it said your sins have withhold good things from you. Your sins prevented you from getting the 6, 7 blessings that were going to complete your life. But you know what it didn't withhold? That ass whooping. It didn't withhold that wrath of the Most High. Them 30 to 50 curses that you got. That's what it didn't withhold. It withheld the good things. Through your disobedience. I'm going to do me. YOLO. Only live once. Go ahead.
Verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lie wait.
That's it on. Sorry. No, that's it on that. That's it
I
on
got
that.
hype for a second.
No, you good. That's it on that. Go back to Deuteronomy.
What was that? Verse 25?
Yeah, Deuteronomy, or no, that was Jeremiah chapter 5 and 19. 325.
Yep. Where you at? We almost there, man. We about to wrap it up. Where we at?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 66.
Go ahead.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Yeah, man, you get pulled over. You don't know if you're going to make it out the traffic stop. You like, damn, let me tighten these butt cheeks and change my voice. Yes, sir. Yes, master. You got to chuck and jive out that traffic stop. Because if you don't, he might put a bullet in you.
And say you threaten.
And say you threaten him. You walk in the streets, you look at a nigga wrong, he might put a bullet in you. Y'all know what's going to happen when you walk out of these streets. It ain't peace and harmony.
Yeah.
It's bullets flying, guns and knives, all types of wickedness, man. Anything can happen to you. Because there's chaos in the world. Everybody's lawless.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt fear day and night.
Go ahead.
And shall have none assurance of thy life.
Yeah, man, day to day, you like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Especially if you live in foul. Especially if you know you ain't living according to the way the Most High wants you to live. You like, damn, I'm glad I made it today.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad I made it today. From there, we're just going to hit it. The main curse. Go to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So it said the Lord is going to bring us into Egypt with ships. So think about it. You can't go from Egypt to Egypt in a ship. There's no point because we're already in the wilderness, right? We read Deuteronomy 1:1. Egypt, the word was symbolic for slavery and bondage. Who got it? Exodus.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Read that.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
right?
Out of the house of bondage.
See that? So Egypt stood for bondage and slavery. So the Most High was saying, I'm gonna bring you into slavery again with ships. Right? The word Egypt also in Hebrew is matazarium, which means slavery. Matazarium is slavery and bondage. So he said, I'm gonna bring you into Egypt again. I'm gonna bring you back, but this time it's gonna be with ships. Go ahead.
By the way wherefore I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And guess what? You ain't gonna see your homeland again. You got everybody think, oh, Africa is the motherland. Africa, Marcus Garvey movement, right? What was his thing? Let's go back to the motherland, right? Somebody give me Galatians. Galatians 4:26. Because we thinking that Africa is the motherland, we got to get back to Africa. Moses said, from where I'm speaking to you, you ain't going to see it no more. You're not going to know it. Read that.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
Go ahead.
But Jerusalem.
But what?
But Jerusalem.
Mama Africa?
But Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Which is above all. Which is above is free. Which is the mother of us all.
You see that? The scriptures tell us that Jerusalem is the motherland. Jerusalem is free and is the mother of us all. That's the motherland. That's where you're supposed to be looking to want to go back to. Not Africa, because we're not Africans. We just happen to be there. We just happen to be fighting with them for a certain amount of time and then enslaved by them and carried off. I mean, you got to ask yourself, if you're dealing with the slavery, if Africans sold Africans, how come Africans ain't building boats to come get us?
Or why do they call us Negroes on the ships?
How come when Africans come here, they don't give a damn about you? Black man, they don't mess with y'all. They don't mess with us. They ain't trying to build no businesses with us. But Africans can come here and get a whole business, get grants, loans, go to school, best colleges, right? Every African I run into, man, where you from? Nigeria, Zimbabwe. Man, what you do? Oh, biochemistry at TSU, at what is it, HFC or whatever school. U of H. I'm like, damn, y'all just come here and just get scholarships to U of H like it's nothing. Let me go try to apply for a scholarship. They're like, Negro, please. Negro, please. But they'll come over here and get everything. And won't build a damn thing with the black man. No. Because Africans didn't sell Africans. No. Africans sold black people. That's what we got to understand. So the motherland, you talking about the motherland? Motherland is Jerusalem. That's where we originated. Go ahead. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You ain't going to see the motherland again. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold.
You should be what?
Ye shall be sold.
Okay, so we got to ask ourselves, man, who came into slavery on ships? And who was sold? Go ahead.
Unto your enemies.
Who was sold to their enemies? You know the answer, right? We were brought here on cargo slave ships, and we were sold to another nation. See, the Bible, this already happened. This prophecy already happened. This curse already happened. This is how we got to America. So this is how we know that this Bible it applies to us. This is how we know that we're the real Israelites. That the Bible speak of, because we living in these curses. Some of the curses we're living in now, some of them already happened. But this main curse, the dagger, that when you show this to one of those fake Jews and you ask him, did this happen to your people? And he looks at it like, what Bible? That's not the Torah. It's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Stop it. It's the Torah. It's just translated in English, bro. Quit. You try to deny it like it's not the Bible. When you ask them, like, when did that happen to your people? And they can't tell you. Got them, because it didn't happen to their people. It happened to us. And this is what we got to realize. Finish that up.
For bondmen.
For bondmen, meaning slave men. Go ahead.
And bond women.
And slave women. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall buy you. Buy, it's an old Quaker word that means to save. You got to think about this. How many men have tried to save the blacks, Hispanics, natives out of their condition? Martin Luther King, Huey P. Newton, the whole Black Panther movement, which is millions of people. Wick, Malcolm X. I mean, who else? Dr. Umar Johnson, he trying to do it. Who else? Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. Oh, Obama ain't trying to save not one damn black person. He don't do that. But y'all see, no man is going to save us out of this condition. We got to save ourselves through Christ, but by keeping the commandments and getting back to the Most High. The only one that's going to save us is Christ. That's the only thing that's going to save us. Is getting back to getting clean in the eyes of the Most High, keeping the law to the best of our ability. Yeah, we ain't perfect. Not saying you got to go out here and just murder yourself with the law. No, but we gotta start getting back to doing the things that we're capable of doing. So if it's about eating certain foods, cut it out your diet. Just don't even buy it. If it's about dealing with people a certain way, guess what? Figure out how to deal with people. We'll show you how. We'll show you through the scriptures how you're supposed to deal with your brother, deal with your wife, raise your kids. If it's about finances, the Bible talks about that. If it's about health, the Bible talks about that. It's all in there. But we got to come back to it. We got to be considerate of it. We got to search it out and stop denying certain things. Because that's what we like to do. We like to deny things that we don't even have no knowledge of. Ran to the one bro out here who was talking to him doing flyers. He's like, yeah, I don't think that God is real. I said, well, why not? He gave me some crappy answers. And I was like, have you ever explored the possibilities that God is real? He's like, no, I haven't done that, brother. I was like, so how can you deny something that you haven't fully researched or fully gave your mind to see, is it real or not? I said, because if I was sitting here and saying the Most High ain't real, I'm going to make sure damn well he ain't. I'm going to study and study and study the show and really convinced that he's not. But we know that he is. But he was just so ready to just be like, yeah, he's not real, and this is why. And his answers didn't even, no answer is going to validate the Most High not being real, but his answers didn't even challenge. I was like, damn, at least I thought he was going to come with some deep stuff. I showed him 2 scriptures. He was sitting there like, damn, okay, he started sweating. Oh, yeah. What's up, David?
The scripture in the Bible say the fool.
There's no God. Yeah, it's a fool. And see, I wasn't even trying to cut him like that. I wanted to just rap to him and figure out certain things and the answers he was giving. I was like, oh, yeah, let's go here real quick. Simple scriptures like that. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like that, man. It's simple. You looking at things that's totally wrong. But Felix, you get that, brother? Y'all understand? Listen, and then, I mean, there's so much more going into that. But like I said, when y'all get home, for everybody that's new in class, y'all can go through this whole Deuteronomy. Y'all can start at verse 15 and just catch all the curses. You can start at verse 2 to get all the blessings. I jumped to the main points just so y'all can get that, and then we added in some other scriptures. Because the Bible talks about our slavery all through Psalms, Jeremiah, Deuteronomy, Isaiah.
One thing you can say here, to the people here, you ain't had a damn program in the way over this word right here.
Oh, no. They ain't no sermon.
In the church, you got programs.
Right.
Over the word of the Most High.
Yep.
And when I come here, man, I get fed, brother. I get fed.
Well, listen.
Yes, sir.
I know we went over any questions. Listen, everybody online, I'm sorry we didn't get to the questions. Hold them. Hold them. You hold it?
No.
Yeah, no, it's dope though.
Yeah.
Now hold those questions for Friday, man. We'll answer some of those. Like I said, we apologize. We have some new brothers and sisters in the class, and we just wanted to give them some background on these curses and break it down for them. Plus, we started a little bit late. We apologize. We do appreciate y'all sticking in with us. So until next time, until Friday, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.